Others get a cheat system when they transmigrate. Zhangli got a cosmic joke instead. Talentless yet stubborn, Zhangli grinded for 5 centuries to reach Great Qin and become Qiao Zhou's top dog. Just as he thought he'd maxed out cultivation, a weird system popped up with a laughably late quest. Zhangli was speechless. The comeback path it promised was one he'd already speedrun. Floating above the world like a bored deity, Zhangli prepared for his final Ascension attempt. Below, crowds gathered, hoping the human emperor would finally prove Ascension wasn't fake news. They buzzed with hype and doubt this was his 5th try at the immortal tribulation, after all. Soon black clouds rolled in as heavenly lightning gathered, ready to punish the sky-defying daredevil. A colossal bolt struck Zhangli, enough to vaporize an average cultivator on the spot. Zhangli didn't even flinch, standing in the storm like he was judging its performance. Thunder wrecked the heavens and earth, yet Zhangli remained rock solid, apparently DLC-proof. When the smoke cleared, he stood in a giant crater, looking mildly rained on. With no heavenly ladder in sight, everyone realized, yep, failure number 50. Some doubted Ascension's existence, but an old man insisted the legend was legit. Ancient texts claim passing the tribulation summons a heavenly stairway, yet somehow the road got cut. In the sky, Zhangli silently wondered what's left after maxing out cultivation. He sighed, transmigrating into a cultivation world yet being unable to ascend. Talk about tragic irony. With no talent, he clawed his way to Great Twin through grit and luck, so he knew the grind all too well. As he turned to resume training, a freshly booted system screen popped up before him. As a transmigrator, Zhangli recognized it instantly. His face said shock, not joy. The system scanned Zhangli, 5 and 18 years old, current human emperor, great stage. After reading it, Zhangli asked warily, "You're this late, what exactly can you help with?" The system declared its mission, help the host crush everyone who ever looked down on him. Skipping debate, it pushed a standard-issue newbie gift pack like he was a fresh protagonist. The starter pack contained Q gathering pills, a fragmentary secret art, and a foundation establishment pill starter tier loot for key refining cultivators. Staring at the low-level junk, Zhangli dryly asked what his current cultivation even was. A great and big shot getting key refining rewards. That had to be a bad joke. The system double-checked and confirmed no mistake. Zhangli was still logged as great too. Zhangli pressed on, then what level were those gifts supposed to be for? After endless robotic replies, Zhangli lost all interest in arguing with customer service. The system then activated a mandatory newbie quest, no refusal, no escape. Fail it, and key features like the shop, spiritual infusion, and spatial teleportation would be locked. Of all functions, spatial teleportation caught Zhangli's eye. Mission objective: defeat Zhang Yixingyi, who had often bullied him with status and swagger. The name dredged up the bodies past Zhangli, had once been the Zhang clan leader's son in Qingcheng. After his parents died, Zhang Yixingyi took power, flaunting top-tier talent while suppressing the original host. The timid original host endured it all until dying from heartfire resentment, letting Zhangli transmigrate into his place. Zhangli calculated that Zhang Yixing's talent capped at foundation establishment, so the guy's probably been dead for ages. He realized this newbie quest wasn't for present him, but for his long-gone rookie self. To be sure, Zhangli asked the system the current era, and the answer made him instantly wary. Year 4000 of the Yan calendar. Zhangli was shaken. The growth system booted up 5 centuries late. The system robotically repeated the date while Zhangli yelled to change the quest, since the target was long dead. He helplessly explained Zhang Yixing was already gone, making the newbie quest flat-out impossible. A Mahayana expert beating up someone maybe at Q refining sounded absurd, yet the system coldly demanded completion. Reboot or uninstall. It didn't matter, the system kept chanting, please complete the newbie quest. Zhangli's side had been cultivating for centuries, hardly some fresh-faced beginner. Out of arguments, he asked if he could unlock other features, like teleporting to the immortal realm. The system confirmed that after unlocking, it could send the host to the immortal realm, instantly piquing Zhangli's interest. He eagerly asked if he could teleport now, figuring Ascension would solve everything. He even plotted a detour: ascend, drop into the underworld, drag Zhang Yixing's soul out, and finish the quest. The system refused to budge, leaving Zhangli no choice but to return to Zhangjia for clues. He comforted himself that maybe Zhang Yixing survived on pills or lucky encounters extending his lifespan. Soon Zhangli returned to Qingcheng of Zhangjia, once the homeland of his old body. But stepping into the ancestral hall, he was greeted by Zhang Yixing's memorial tablet. With his last hope crushed, Zhangli stood frozen, brainstorming bizarre ways to clear this ridiculous quest. While flustered, a passing old man caught his eye with a strangely familiar face. Looking closer, Zhangli guessed the old man was likely Zhang Yixing's descendant. They looked identical. A wicked idea sparked, would beating up the descendant count as mission complete? Meanwhile, in the city center, crowds gathered beneath a colossal stone statue of a legendary figure. New cultivators and mortals alike prayed devoutly, hoping Renhuang would bless their cultivation path. A curious girl asked her father who Renhuang was, and he began recounting Zhuzhou's history. He explained Renhuang existed to mediate cultivation forces and prevent continent-shattering wars. When the previous Renhuang ascended, ancient sects and imperial dynasties fought for power, plunging Zhuzhou into chaos. Then the new Renhuang Zhengli appeared and personally slew sect leaders and monarchs to end the war. Afterward, he didn't rule the world, but stayed behind the scenes to maintain balance and let nations grow. Cultivators crave immortality yet love a good fight. Suppress them too hard and chaos erupts. So the first Renhuang allowed controlled competition to preserve long-term balance. Thus Zhuzhou formed a landscape of over 1,000 small states coexisting with 9 great dynasties. Among them, the Dezhou dynasty of Zhang Jia stood as one of the oldest major powers. Gazing at his own statue radiating faith power, Zhang Li merely watched in silence. He mused that for a Mahayana cultivator like him, mortal faith was basically useless. He had even gathered the people's wish power to save for the next Ren Huang. Just then, outside the city gates, crowds wailed to see the city lord. Their children had been missing for 10 days. Hearing the pleas, Zhang Li immediately sensed something shady lurking in Qingcheng. An official barked that the Zhengjia ancestral ceremony was near, so no one had time for their troubles. When someone protested, an old man quickly pulled him back, fearing arrest. Proof the backing power was terrifying. Zhang Li stepped forward to ask and learned these people came from nearby cities, searching for their missing children. All clues pointed to Qingcheng, convincing them traffickers were operating there. Zhang Li couldn't fathom why the city lord ignored the people just to prep Zhang Jia's ancestral rite. The old man hurriedly warned him not to meddle. This was beyond ordinary folks' pay grade. Zhang Li rummaged through his storage ring, instantly tipping off the old man that he wasn't some nobody. When he casually flashed a Daosec token and named himself Zhang Li, the old man went pale at the terrifying identity. Realizing he faced a powerhouse, the old man dragged Zhang Li aside, hoping this senior would investigate. He introduced himself as Yuan Wuxing, a wandering cultivator who'd secretly probed the disappearances out of pity. After days of tracking, he found every trail of missing children ended at Qingcheng. Worse, for 200 years, babies vanished every time Jia held its ancestral ceremony. All victims were infants under 1 year old, making the case downright sinister. Zhang Li bluntly asked if they were kidnapped, but Wuxing admitted he had no proof. Zhang Li instantly understood if the city lord stayed silent, the matter was likely buried. Wuxing whispered that Qingcheng leaned on Zhangjia, and Zhangjia tied to Renhuang untouchable territory. In Zhuzhou, only the Dazhou dynasty ruled by law bound to national destiny. If a monarch condoned evil, national fate would backlash, potentially killing the king outright. Yet many suspected Zhangjia dared act because Zhang Renhuang secretly allowed it. Zhang Li calmly said Renhuang left Zhangjia 5 centuries ago. Ties must have long faded. Recalling something crucial, Zhang Li asked if the investigation truly found zero evidence. Wuxing sighed, alive or dead, there should be traces, yet the children vanished without a speck. If murdered, resentment should linger, but he sensed not even a wisp. That's why Wuxing once doubted his suspicions, despite the staggering numbers. Zhang Li coldly replied that lack of evidence didn't equal innocence. With that, he left to personally inspect all of Qingcheng. From the sky, Zhang Li silently gazed down at the city once belonging to his clan. He unleashed his divine sense, sweeping the area for hidden secrets. His Mahayana divine sense blanketed Qingcheng, no corner escaped scrutiny. Yet after thorough scanning, he found nothing unusual. Only by dusk did a strange spatial ripple finally appear. Zhang Li noticed at once the space there twisted as if concealing something. The anomaly lay in Zheng Manor's backyard, hiding a secret spatial junction. From the portal stepped the same old man from earlier, as if finishing some task. After he left and the gate faded, Zhang Li quietly descended to inspect. The moment he touched the space, a demonic portal swung open before him. Inside stretched a narrow path deep underground, thick with sinister aura. At the end lay countless shriveled infant corpses, blood streaming from their eyes and noses, life drained dry. Zhang Li instantly recognized a demonic blood sacrifice of infants, a forbidden, vicious cultivation art. Staring at the cold bodies, he knew he was too late and unsurvived. Zhang Li blamed himself for staying away 500 years, letting Zhang Jia rot into a demonic nest. Within Zheng Manor, that old ancestor ordered more infants seized to complete his realm breakthrough ritual. A subordinate nervously warned that citizens were rioting and a wandering cultivator was investigating. The ancestor sneered, saying he'd capture the protesters too and blood sacrifice them for a family reunion. Right then, Zhang Li appeared behind him, coolly asking why he hadn't gone to the underworld to reunite with his ancestors. The sudden arrival terrified the ancestor. He hadn't sensed this man's aura at all. Nothing. One punch to the ancestor's face sent him seeing King Yama in person. The blow erupted with terrifying force, shaking Zhang City like a natural disaster. The system popped up. Host has defeated Zhang Yixing. Newbie quest complete. After Zhang Li's punch, Zhang Manor was basically flattened into ruins. Witnesses trembled. Had crushed a nascent soul ancestor with a bare fist. The crowd outside panicked, thinking it was an earthquake, clueless about the horror inside. Half dead, Zhang Yixing still howled that he was Zhang Renhuang's brother. Zhang Li coolly replied, wasn't Renhuang's cousin dead ages ago? He hurled Zhang Yixing's memorial tablet at him, demanding who he really was. Zhang Li exposed the truth. Had prolonged his life for years via infant blood sacrifices. Even exposed, Zhang Yixing trembled and threatened that touching him meant offending Renhuang. Zhang Li coldly revealed that from city lord to officials, all turned a blind eye out of fear of Zhang Jia. Had even claimed secret approval from Renhuang, doing whatever he pleased. Zhang Li stared him down and asked if even the Dezhou royal family dared not touch Zhang Jia. Then he loudly called out the hidden onlooker to stop watching and step forward. A white-haired royal appeared, but Zhang Li calmly said had just cleaned up some filth. The citizens rushed in, saw the pit of infant bones, and realized these were the missing children. Piles of skulls and the stench of blood made everyone shudder. The grim truth was out. The royal, witnessing this, blamed himself for the court's ignorance of such horror. Zhang Li slowly removed his hat, admitting he'd left the clan 5 centuries ago and bore some responsibility. After all, his Renhuang title had been Zhang Yixing's shield. Seeing his face, Zhang Yixing panicked. He recognized Zhang Li. The crowd froze in shock, silently confirming this was the legendary Ren Hong. Desperate, Jiang Yixing argued he hadn't killed the babies directly. No resentment clung to him. Jiang Li calmly said that was exactly why he'd summoned someone here. Wuxing instantly realized the newcomer was a royal expert in the Tao of Time. The Dezhou royals possessed a secret art to trace time and reveal past truths. The royal agreed to step into the river of time to confirm Jiang Yixing's crimes. He formed seals and cast a time-tracing spell. A gate of time opened, swallowing him before vanishing. When he reappeared, he stood in a strange realm bathed in golden light. Before him flowed the silent river of time, recording all history. He gathered a strand of time from the river to replay past memories. With divine sight, he peered into the drop to see the truth. The scene showed Jiang Yixing performing demonic blood sacrifices with infant blood. Crime confirmed, the royal sentenced Jiang Yixing to death body and soul. But before execution, he asked one key question: where did this blood ritual come from? He also demanded to know how Jiang Yixing used faith power to erase resentment. Jiang Yixing sneered that with his mediocre talent, without tricks, he'd have died of old age. Finally, he confessed that 380 years ago, a man in black appeared and raised him to golden core with one finger. The man in black taught him the infant blood ritual. Desperate to live, he embraced the demonic path. When he feared resentment exposure, the man in black taught him to use faith power to wipe the traces clean. After passing on the art, the black-clad figure vanished, never seen again. Hearing this, Jiang Li suspected it wasn't mere demonic tutoring, but a scheme targeting Ren Huang himself. After it all ended, Qing Cheng sank into a heavy silence like surviving a catastrophe. Jiang Li discussed the black-clad man from 380 years ago with Jizhi, but the time trace couldn't reach that far. Jiang Li buttered Jizhu up as a wise and just ruler, and the emperor instantly sensed ulterior motives. Jizhu bluntly said that despite his double pupils, he disliked cultivation, so his Tao of Time progress was limited. Jiang Li could only nod. Time Tao depends on talent, brute force won't help. They mentioned Emperor Shun, ancestor of Dazhou royals, famed for time Tao genius. Legend says Emperor Shun was once a fish in the river of time who turned human and founded Dazhou. After a few jokes, Jizhu got bored and left without further banter. Elsewhere, light pierced a dark chamber where a stunning woman was imprisoned. She wore priceless ornaments, like a treasure carefully hoarded. Two strangers entered, and at the sight of her beauty, wicked thoughts bloomed. Meanwhile, Jiang Li left Qing Cheng and summoned the system midair. The system congratulated the host for overcoming hardships and completing the newbie quest. Jiang Li was speechless. The hardship had been a single punch. Rewards activated and a strange energy flowed into him, slightly surprising him. He quickly recalled it was merely a key refining reward, hardly impressive. Still, he admitted that back then, it would help him reach perfect realm easily. At his current cultivation, he casually discarded the unknown energy. The remaining rewards, a body-refining art and a mid-grade spirit sword, deepened his disappointment. For a Mahayana cultivator, key refining tier loot was literal trash. Jiang Li stared at the two reward bundles and sighed at the pile of junk. The system then issued a new quest tied to his time in YN sect. Unlike before, this mission could be skipped, making Jiang Li suspect a glitch. The rewards, an enlightenment chance, a mysterious map, and a top-grade spirit artifact finally intrigued him. Thinking the map might be useful, Jiang Li accepted the quest. Immediately, the system unlocked a new feature, the shop. Curious, Jiang Li opened it, hoping for something worthwhile. He was pulled into system space, greeted by endless item categories. But they were all items from this world, no sci-fi gadgets or immortal realm treasures. What a letdown. Unwilling to give up, Jiang Li asked if the shop sold goods from other worlds. The system coldly replied that he must first reach other worlds himself. Don't arguing, Jiang Li sorted items by source point price. The list revealed pricey items like Renhuang Hall techniques, the Yin-Yang Heaven Seal, and immortal notes. Seeing the Dao Sect's Yin-Yang Heaven Seal for sale, Jiang Li immediately grew suspicious. Ignoring the system for now, he took out a communication talisman and contacted the head of Renhuang Hall. Upon connection, Zhang Konghu appeared bruised and shouted that something big had happened. Jiang Li eyed his battered face and joked if he'd quarreled with his wife. He guessed everything from heavenly demon invasion to cultivation crisis, but Konghu denied them all. Even the guess about forcing a monk to eat meat was rejected, and Konghu's patience wore thin. Finally, Konghu yelled at Jiang Li to stop guessing his luck guaranteed wrong answers. He grew serious and revealed the true cause of tension, a beautiful woman. Jiang Li thought he misheard. Since when did a beauty spark major chaos? Konghu explained that years ago, Meng Jiangwang hid a peerless concubine in a golden house. The emperor even neglected court affairs just to sit and admire her, which grew increasingly strange. Oddly, he only gazed at her, no romantic acts, as if bewitched. After emerging from seclusion, Wei Huang of Dewei visited and also saw the concubine. And trouble exploded immediately after. Jiang Li instantly guessed Wei Huang tried to snatch the beauty, sparking conflict. Wei Huang even offered spirit stones in territory and trade, but Meng Jiangwang refused. The two emperors fought on the spot, smashing half the imperial palace. Jiang Li realized that if two dynasties truly went to war, the scale would be catastrophic. War would drag in millions of soldiers and countless cultivators from key refining to golden core. Fearing flames across Juzhou, Jiang Li decided to personally intervene. For him, scattering a million troops was easy, just a matter of how much force to use. Before leaving, he remembered to ask who gave Kongwu that bruised face. Kongwu said he rushed immediate once he heard the emperors would fight. But the moment he saw the concubine, his soul felt hooked away. In his eyes, she was so beautiful even immortals couldn't compare. A surge of possessive desire nearly made him lose control. He even thought about abducting her outright. With no choice, he beat himself half to death to snap out of it. Hearing this, Jing Li knew something was seriously wrong. Zhang Kong was famed for steady will, no way mere beauty could sway him. A woman driving emperors and Ren Huang Hall's commander mad was beyond abnormal. Knowing they'd duel in 20 days, Jiang Li set off immediately. That very night, he flew straight to the imperial court to stop the war. On arrival, he found 3 figures already battling fiercely in the sky. One roared that the beauty belonged only to the strongest. The other 2 raged back, each demanding sole possession. Jiang Li stepped into the battlefield and asked if Kong was bewitched too. Without waiting, he smacked Kong hard on the head. The other 2 emperors each received a punch that made them spit blood. All 3 were blasted into the ground, Jiang Li's version of mediation. After the beating, they lay still, not daring to move. Zhang Kong regained clarity and forced a grin. The punch really hurt. With them subdued, Jiang Li demanded to see the mysterious concubine. The group entered the Golden House, descending a long stair into the forest, hiding her. The blue-robed emperor explained she'd slept for 3 years, unmoved by outside chaos. Upon seeing her, even Zhang Li admitted she was 1 in 8 billion stunning. Snow-white hair, milk-pale skin, her body bathed in icy radiance. Yet after a brief look, Jiang Li sensed something familiar. Had seen this face before, not in life, but in an ancient painting. That painting was once banned, foretelling the woman within was doomed to die. Staring at her now, Jiang Li suspected she was the painting's true form. Suddenly, one emperor went mad, screaming for Zhang Li to stop looking at her. Jiang Li sighed and dragged him out to prevent further hysteria. Outside the Golden House, they asked why Jiang Li felt no temptation. Jiang Li calmly replied she was beautiful, nothing more. The 2 emperors couldn't believe it, they'd been driven to obsession. Seeing Jiang Li utterly composed, all 3 admired his willpower. Jiang Li then asked where the emperor had found her. He said he discovered her deep in the western region forests. She slept inside an ancient tree like a fallen fairy. Afraid to touch her, he used magic to bring her back and built the Golden House to protect her. After hearing the tale, Jiang Li pondered her true identity. He decided to visit Hongchen Pure Land to verify something crucial. Before leaving, Jiang Li told the 2 emperors to guard their hearts and assigned Konga to watch the Golden House. Still uneasy, he prepared an extra layer of protection. A jade pendant appeared in Jiang Li's hand. He fired a ceiling restriction into the Golden House, locking the entire area down. Zhang Kong gaped, asking since when Jiang Li knew how to set up formations. After all, everyone knew he was a combat monster but hopeless at alchemy, forging, and arrays. Jiang Li grinned, saying he borrowed this formation from Old Bai's Dao sect. Then he headed straight to Hongchen Pure Land, the West's famously mysterious all-female sect. Soon, Jiang Li appeared before their Fairland territory. Before entering, he politely announced himself, knowing men weren't welcome here. The moment he spoke, the protective formation activated and blanketed the area. Illusory figures of those inside appeared within the array. 2 female cultivators came out, Sect Master Qingyu and Saintess Jingxin. Jingxin smiled, greeting Zheng Ren Huang and praising his carefree demeanor. Qingyu, however, coldly declared that men were not received here. Jingxin quickly stopped her master, reminding her not to offend Jiang Ren Huang. Jiang Li deliberately praised Jingxin's gentleness and teased Qingyu, earning an even colder glare. He clearly remembered Qingyu once admired a Buddhist disciple from Mount Sumeru. That man had crooked intentions, so Jiang Li personally slew him. Shed held a grudge ever since. Qingyu snapped that years ago Jiang Li saved their immortal tree, then took the treasury key as thanks. She bluntly added that saving the tree didn't mean she owed him anything. After the spat, Jiang Li returned to business. He once saw an unforgettable beauty in their treasury painting. Hearing the description, Jingxin confirmed it was their founder, Hongchen Fairy. Legend says her beauty sparked endless battles, forcing her to flee the immortal realm to Juzhou. Even a Dao sect fossil admitted her beauty was practically a manifestation of the heavenly Dao. After the chaos, she founded Hongchen Pure Land in the west and called herself Hongchen Fairy. Jiang Li made a bold guess he might have just met this very founder. He recounted everything at Meng Jianwang's palace, insisting the Golden House woman matched their founder. Qingyu frowned, arguing Zhuzhou knew of reincarnation, not resurrection. Jingxin wasn't so sure beings at founder level defied common logic. Jiang Li proposed a blunt test: check the founder's tomb and see if her immortal body remained. Jingxin objected to the distant tone. After saving their immortal tree, Jiang Li was their benefactor. On the way to the tomb, Qingyu explained the founder's body was sealed in crystal to prevent theft. Only the founder herself could break that seal, so if the body vanished, she left on her own. Hearing this, Jiang Li felt more certain the Golden House woman was truly revived. Qingyu immediately ordered Jingxin and Jiang Li to rush to Meng Jianwang and verify. Soon, the group stood before the Golden House again. One look at the woman's face made Jingxin cry out she was indeed ancestor Hongchen. From afar, Kongwu secretly watched, baffled how Jiang Li stayed calm beside such beauty. Jingxin felt a strange bloodline link connecting her directly to the ancestor's body. Jiang Li guessed this bloodline helped her resist Hongchen Fairy's terrifying charm. Jingxin explained why Pure Land housed only beauties. Their disciples all had special origins. Even Hongchen Fairy once ate an immortal peach, passing that bloodline down. Jingxin admitted she was a direct descendant, hence the strong resonance. Even so, she felt insignificant before the ancestor's peerless face. In her words, the founder was a beauty of 10,000 ages. She herself was merely stunning for a millennium. Outside, Jiang Li bluntly said leaving the ancestor with Meng Jianwang would only cause chaos. Better return her to Pure Land. Meng Jiangwang instantly protested. Shed slept here 3 years and was used to it. Seeing words were useless, Zhang Lai proposed Juzhos rule the strong decide. The two cupped their fists to accept the challenge, all polite smiles but zero actual respect. They fumed inside, thinking we're all emperors since when does Ren Huang just drag people around? Moments later, a sky-shaking scream exploded through the city. Meng Jianghuang coughed blood and urgently summoned the imperial physician. Meanwhile in Xiahe town, the spotlight shifted to a girl deep in cultivation. She meditated and absorbed spiritual kai, though clearly something was off. She groaned that her spiritual power wouldn't rise, like her body was a leaky bucket. Thinking of Jingxin, she longed to ask her senior sister how to fix this mess. Another woman teased that she mentioned Jingxin so much people were scared to get close. Flustered, she explained she only wanted help with her cultivation troubles. Jingxin smiled gently and made the frazzled girl explain her issue properly. After that heartfelt guidance, the girl basically started worshipping Jingxin. Jingxin advised her to come anytime, one wrong step in the Tao and you're spiritually lost. Suddenly, Qingya's cave abode doors burst open, definitely not normal. Jingxin entered with a cold smile, calling her master while bluntly declaring she had to leave. Before Qingyu could react, the two tossed her straight out of the cave. Furious beyond reason, Qingyu endured it. She knew she couldn't beat them. Remembering her earlier loss of control before Hongchen Xianzi, she felt even more like an outsider. Meanwhile, Zhang Li and Jingxin returned Hongchen Xianzi's body to the mausoleum. Just then, her motionless body twitched, putting them instantly on guard. The signs were obvious. Hongchen Xianzi was about to wake up. After nearly 3 years of closed eyes, her lashes finally lifted. The moment she awoke, her gaze locked onto the two before the tomb. Jingxin and Zhang Li immediately bowed. 36th generation descendant and 72nd generation Ren Huang greeting their grandmaster. Her first question stunned them both. Who was she, and what was a Ren Huang? She only remembered waking inside a crystal, as if something had imprisoned her. After breaking the seal, she wandered down the mountain, crossed 2 towns, and headed into the forest. Overwhelmed by sleep, she napped under a tree, then woke in Jinwo with a clueless man staring at her. The cycle kept repeating until Zhang Li's group showed up. Zhang Li carefully probed about the immortal realm and her descent, hoping for clues. One look told them everything. Reborn Hongchen Xianzi had lost all her memories. Zhang Li was crushed. The immortal realm lead was gone again. Refusing to quit, he opened a jade slip map to trace her path. He deduced she woke here and followed the river past 2 towns. The immortal yawned, demanding sleep, so Jingxin let her rest and left with Jiang Li. Outside, Jingxin immediately asked why Jiang Li suddenly turned detective. Jiang Li recalled once holding the treasury key, forcing Hongchen Jingtu to mine spirit stones downhill. That's how he learned some Meng Jianjura prisoners were relocated to this region. It made him rethink the population structure around these towns. Prisoners from Jiaozhou, even if cultivating, usually only reach key refining, no real experts. Jingxin added there were 8 towns here built by those people. Every year they grew spiritual grain and supplied it steadily to Hongchen Jingtu. Jiang Li concluded with their grandmaster's looks. A daytime stroll through town wouldn't go unnoticed. Yet for 3 years, not a single rumor surfaced. Something was clearly hidden. Jingxin agreed it was plausible no one saw her descend the mountain. But crossing lively towns unseen, that was absurd. Especially since each town had golden core cultivators guarding it. Missing her was impossible. Jiang Li snapped, spotting the problem, but denying it is just willful blindness. With that, he turned and left, leaving Jingxin frozen in place. After he was gone, Jingxin angrily pulled out a secret manual and glared at it. She hurled it to the ground, cursing those make men chase you tricks as total trash. As she chased Jiang Li, she fumed, recalling her master bragging the book sold across Juzhou. It listed 100 ways to make men take initiative, utterly useless on Jiang Li. Once she left, someone quietly approached the discarded book. Qingyu picked it up gloomily. It was her own masterpiece, after all. Meanwhile, in a bustling town, Zhang Lai and Jingxin followed the trail there. Jiang Li found it odd their grandmaster's beauty could shake immortals, yet the townsfolk were unfazed. Jingxin spread her divine sense, sensing something deeply wrong. The result chilled her. Everyone in town had been dead for ages. Jiang Li confirmed Shanghe town was a literal city of the dead, so of course no one was love-struck. To dig deeper, they entered a restaurant. The waiter acted perfectly alive and even recognized them as from Hongchen Jingtu. Jiang Li offered spirit stones for information about Hongchen Xianzi's past visit. The waiter refused payment, insisting guests from the Pure Land were honored. His natural behavior stunned Jingxin. The corpse looked disturbingly lifelike. She immediately probed his body with divine sense. Inside were 2 go-worms, one controlling movement, the other steering thought. It was the Gu clan's infamous corpse of puppeteering art. Jiang Li asked if a peerless beauty had passed through 3 years ago. The waiter recalled a painting-like fairy who came by back then. The townsfolk crowded to see her, but she ignored them, and anyone who followed was blocked by another fairy. Jingxin realized the blocker was her junior sister Yuan Ling, the town's guard. Jiang Li asked how Yuan Ling reacted to that beauty. The waiter said she calmly praised her a few times. No obsession, no slip-ups. Jingxin was baffled. Yuan Ling wasn't a descendant, yet she wasn't affected. Moreover, Yuan Ling was only golden core, which made it even stranger. This level of corpse control was far beyond golden core ability. Even Jiang Li noted the technique was so refined only deity transformation experts usually spot it. He suspected the Gu clan, though they'd declined and gone into hiding, leaving little info. The sect had only sent a few golden core disciples to guard the towns, so oversight was lax. One nascent soul overseer managed all 8 towns, so everyone assumed things were fine. Jiang Li bluntly said it was clearly not fine anymore. Jingxin felt dejected, blaming herself for not noticing sooner. For now, she decided to find Yuanling and demand answers. Jiang Li scanned Shanghe Town and confirmed Yuanling wasn't there. Instead, he sensed a golden core female cultivator in Xiahe Town. Jingxin immediately guessed it was Du Ding, the junior guarding that place. In Xiahe Town, Xingni still cultivated hopelessly, her spiritual power stuck. Just as she was about to quit, Jingxin arrived, bluntly saying she was not a burden. Xingni looked up in shock, then burst into joyful laughter at seeing her long-lost senior sister. Overjoyed, Xingni eagerly prepared to ask about her cultivation issues. But Jingxin suddenly rushed forward and hugged her tightly, overwhelmed. She choked out apologies for not visiting sooner and letting her junior fall into this state. Jingxin wept, apologizing because she knew the girl before her had long been dead. Jiang Li watched the reunion with a sigh. This was a meeting across life and death. Not only Shanghe Town, even Xiahe Town was a city of the dead. After calming down, Xingni curiously asked who the man beside Jingxin was. Jingxin bluntly introduced him as the current Ren Huang of Juzhou, Jiang Li. Xingni immediately whispered teasingly that this was the man her senior always mentioned. Turning to Jiang Li, she curiously asked if he was truly as strong as an immortal. Jiang Li sighed, becoming immortal still might not rewrite life and death. He quickly got back to business, asking where Yuanling had been lately. Xingni said Yuanling often left Shanghe Town for months, returning only by harvest. Jingxin decided to stay and investigate, while Xingni happily anticipated Dao lessons. She even asked Jiang Li for cultivation guidance, and he agreed. Xingni sadly admitted she'd been stuck at Golden Core despite her efforts. Jiang Li patted her head, saying cultivation takes time, progress isn't instant. She regained confidence, but the other two exchanged bitter glances. Jiang Li knew a corpse, no matter how diligent, can't advance in cultivation. That night, Jiang Li stood on a cliff contacting Kong Hu of the Renhuang Hall. He ordered him to head to southern border to investigate the Gu clan's corpse set control art. Such Gu worms making the dead act alive required terrifying cultivation. Jingxin asked Jiang Li to scan the other 6 towns. Her divine sense was too limited. After sweeping them, Jiang Li said the rest housed the living, making her sigh in relief. Jingxin curiously asked just how vast his divine sense truly was. If there were countless towns, could he check them all? Just then, Jiang Li sensed a familiar aura. Yuanling had returned. A drunken woman wobbled through the sky, mumbling about earning spirit stones for wine. A hand suddenly grabbed her by the collar midair and slammed her down. She crashed like a bird with broken wings. Yuanling furiously shouted who dared attack her in Hongqin Jingtu. Jingxin stepped out coldly, demanding what she'd done to the 2 towns. Behind her, Jiang Li realized this secret explained why she wasn't affected by the Grandmaster. Yuanling turned pale at Jingxin's appearance. She hurriedly claimed the towns were mortals, so she'd just gone to visit Meng Jiang Huang for fun. Jingxin gritted her teeth. Since the spiritual grain quotas were met, the sect never checked. She roared why neither Shanghe nor Xiahe Town had a single living person left. Yuanling panicked, knowing her secret was exposed. She confessed she once bought spiritual grain with spirit stones, clashed with villagers, and in losing control killed them to silence witnesses, starting the tragedy. Afterwards, she used corpse Gu to control their danchin so they kept farming spiritual grain. Hearing this cruelty, Jingxin burned with rage. An entire town slaughtered to hide guilt. Even Jiang Li could only sigh at the madness. Jingxin suppressed her fury and demanded why Xiahe Town and Du Xingni were killed too. Yuanling said she feared discovery, so she killed Xingni and wiped out the town for good measure. In her eyes, dead villagers could still farm grain, and the sect wouldn't need to pay spirit stones. Jiang Li noticed a flaw. Her corpse Gu only controlled movement via the danchin. But these corpses also had Gu worms in their sea of consciousness, steering thought. Terrified, Yuanling knelt begging Jingxin for forgiveness, swearing to repent. Jingxin coldly said she had no chance left because she herself was already dead. The truth, Yuanling was now just a corpse controlled by Go worms, unaware of it. In a hidden place, the mastermind sneered his 5th dire poisoning scheme was finally ready. He mocked that if the Pure Land fell, they should blame Ren Huang Jiang Lai. Hearing she was dead, Yuanling spiraled into disbelief. Jiang Li understood she didn't know of her death, so she could identify her killer. In his mind, he rapidly pieced together every clue. First, Yuanling killed both towns and used corpse Gu to keep grain production running. Then someone stronger killed Yuanling and took control of her and all corpses with Gu worms. Thus, the 2 towns appeared perfectly normal, so convincing even nascent soul cultivators might miss it. Jingxin suddenly told Jiang Li to leave. She wanted a private word with Yuanling. Seeing her icy smile, Jiang Li shivered and wisely stepped away. Soon, a miserable scream shattered the quiet night. Yuanling died horribly for the 2nd time, blood splattering everywhere. Jingxin then burned the corpse, erasing all traces. Returning calmly, she simply told Jiang Li she'd kept him waiting. Jiang Li immediately noted something seemed wrong in Xiahe Town. They rushed to a small house in the village. Xingni was scooping rice into another bucket, as if preparing to cook. But her movements were stiff and mechanical, utterly mindless. Jingxin shouted her name, no response. Normally harvested spiritual rice was set aside for sect tribute. Yet Xingni mixed the spiritual rice straight into ordinary grain. Jiang Li's face darkened, warning Jingxin not to scan the rice with divine sense. Naturally, that made her even more suspicious, so she checked anyway. A protective barrier instantly blocked her divine sense. When she broke through, the sight inside horrified her. Nausea surged, nearly overwhelming her. The so-called spiritual rice was actually writhing Gu worms. Jingxin grabbed Xingni's shoulders, demanding what she was doing. Jiang Li sent Xingni outside. He needed to speak privately with Jingxin. He cooked a bowl of the spiritual rice to test what was truly inside. He quickly realized corpse goo had altered Du Xingni's perception to see worms as rice. Jingxin stared at the bowl, her face pale at the goo-filled meal. Worse, even cooked, the goo worms were alive and more active than before. Someone had clearly mixed goo worms into the rice for Hangshan Jingtu disciples to eat unknowingly. Just then, Jiang Li's jade slip received a message from Kong Hu. Kong Hu reported finding Gu clan members and key intel. According to them, corpse control at this level required at least integration cultivation. Learning Go arts also meant studying ancient tomes hidden in Gu clan tombs normally inaccessible. But Kong Hu had snuck in and confirmed outsiders could learn them. Jiang Li grew suspicious. Integration experts mastering Gu arts were nearly non-existent in the Gu clan. Kong Hu then recalled a lost technique called heart control Gu. The heart control Gu was terrifying. Once swallowed, the owner could command the victim's mind. The victim wouldn't even realize they were controlled. Hearing this, Jiang Li immediately showed Kong Hu the bowl for confirmation. One glance and Kong Hu confirmed it was heart control Gu. Upon hearing that, Jingxin nearly collapsed to the ground. She trembled, thinking how many Pure Land disciples had eaten this over the years. Meanwhile, at the sect gate, Qingyu anxiously waited for Jingxin's return. A cold voice sounded behind her. Those two wouldn't be coming back. The newcomer was Swanei, once expelled from Hangshan Jingtu. She mocked Qingyu for still refusing to call her junior sister. Qingyu assumed Swanei returned to seize the sect leader position. Swanei admitted resentment. Both were integration, yet Qingyu was chosen. Qingyu retorted that someone power-hungry like her never deserved Hangshan Jingtu. Swanei coldly replied she no longer needed anyone's approval. After leaving the sect, Shed stumbled upon the Gu clan's hidden refuge. With integration cultivation, she roamed it like an empty garden. She freely stole Gu arts and took Gu worms with her. In fact, she had begun this scheme 50 years ago. Back in Xiahe town, Jiang Li asked Kong Hu how to break heart control Gu. Kong Hu said only two ways existed: the Gu owner releases it or destroy the host body. However, during Tribulation Ascension, heavenly lightning could also annihilate the Gu. Jiang Li reassured Jingxin that the heart control Gu hadn't activated yet. He declared that as long as time remained, there was still hope to turn things around. Jingxin realized the mastermind was clearly waiting for a grand moment to trigger the Gu. That thought restored her hope mistakes could still be fixed. Meanwhile, Qingyu froze upon hearing from Xuan'e that the spiritual rice contained heart control Gu. Xuan'e smugly admitted she killed Yuan Ling to perfect her scheme. She mockingly asked how many over 50 years had eaten the tainted rice. Xuan'e coldly declared Shed let Qingyu witness her 50-year masterpiece. In a flash, countless disciples surrounded them like an army. Qingyu was horrified. Too many were infected, even integration cultivators. She regretted sparing Xuan'e before, but believed she could still correct it. Xuan'e sneered all disciples' lives were hers with a single thought. Qingyu hesitated, knowing any attack would cause a massacre. To prove it, Xuan'e ordered one disciple to rip out his own heart. Before everyone's eyes, he did, turning the scene nightmarish. Qingyu roared Xuan'e's name in fury. The controlled disciples, unwilling yet helpless, cried out to their sect leader. Their desperate pleas nearly drove Qingyu mad. At last she yielded, offering even her sect leader position to save them. Xuan'e laughed. She no longer cared for that seat. Just then, Jiang Li and Jingxin returned to the Pure Land. Jingxin was stunned to find the Grand Protective Formation blocking them. Jiang Li recalled it was famed as unbreakable across Juzhou. For years, all threats had been stopped by this formation. Jingxin feared someone had seized control of it. They then saw Xuan'e pinning Qingyu underfoot, declaring they were too late. Jingxin realized the mastermind was indeed their expelled martial aunt. She demanded why Xuan'e did this just for leadership. Xuan'e replied power was no longer her goal. Originally, she planned 50 more years of Gu before seizing control. But upon hearing the Grandmaster revived, she secretly had her portrait drawn. That face drove her utterly mad. Now her goal was to possess Hangshan Xianzi alone. She even blamed Jiang Li for exposing her plan early. Saying so, she stomped Qingyu until she coughed blood. Jingxin screamed in rage at her master's torment. She unleashed her ultimate move, Qinglian, against the formation. Refusing to stop, she launched dozens more fierce strikes. The area trembled like a battlefield under her barrage. In the end, Jingxin was left gasping in exhaustion. The formation remained flawless and untouched. The reality drove her into despair. Her efforts meant nothing. Jiang Li placed a hand on her shoulder, saying he'd try. Inside, Xuan'e smirked, confident no one could break an immortal formation. Jiang Li answered with a single punch. Xuan'e watched in horror as cracks spread across the formation. The once invincible array shattered into pieces. Xuan'e barely processed Jiang Li standing before her. One punch had overturned everything. Sensing danger, she summoned her remaining pawns to force Jiang Li's hand. She warned no one to enter. Every disciple would die with a thought. She boasted that a single idea could make them all commit suicide. Who's faster than thought? Jiang Li calmly stepped forward, then paused, utterly unfazed. He admitted he wasn't faster than thought, sounding almost conceding, making her gloat. Xuan'e assumed even top experts feared innocent lives, so Jiang Li must obey. She demanded he take Hangshan Jiju away and swear oaths, certain she held the hostages. But Jiang Li slowly drew his sword and coolly asked why must he be faster than her thoughts. Realizing something was wrong, Xuan'e tried to trigger the Go to force mass suicide as leverage. As a few disciples raised blades to their necks, Jiang Li casually swung once. His sword sliced every Gu worm in half. The shattered Gu freed the disciples instantly, leaving them bewildered. Xuan'e was horrified. The sword key hadn't even flared, yet the Go were already cut. Looking up, she saw Jiang Li calmly explain his clumsy sword art only had one move. Yet its overwhelming aura made her tremble. Her life and death were completely locked. He called it Heart Sword, born from intent and striking directly into the opponent's perception. When intent meets awareness, Sword Ki manifests inside the body meant to kill, today used to slay Gu. Sweating cold, Xuan'e begged for mercy, claiming she still had value. Before she finished, her head hit the floor. Jiang Li killed faster than her plea. To Jiang Li, ending such trash required no fancy technique, just efficiency. With the mastermind dead, the hall fell silent like a storm that had just passed. Jingxin exhaled at Xuan'e's split corpse. The sectending calamity was finally over. Jiang Li shook his head apologetically. Had meant to let Jingxin handle her sex affairs. But the scheme exceeded her alone, so he had to step in or face worse disaster. Jingxin bowed in gratitude. Without him, Hongshan Jingtu would perish tonight. Jiang Li warned the sect nearly became a laughingstock. Elders must reflect and keep this secret. Qingyu also bowed, admitting past grudges were erased. Jiang Li was now their benefactor. Without him, Hongshan Jingtu would be ridiculed worldwide and Qingyu shamed forever. That night, Jiang Li etched himself into the sect's heart as their savior. Later in Shaohe Town, Jiang Li sought Xingni to reveal the full truth. Hearing it, she blankly realized everyone there had long been Ge-controlled. She understood her stalled cultivation shed already died, just a gut-driven shell. Seeing her lifeless expression, even Jiang Li found no comforting words. He explained, when the Go Master dies, the worms die too soon, the town's corpses would collapse. Knowing her time was short, Xingni only wished to see Jingxin one last time. Hearing that, Jingxin rushed out, calling her junior's name so she'd know she was there. She held Xingni tightly, choking that her cultivation question was still unanswered. But before hearing it, Xingni quietly passed away in her arms. Later, Jiang Li visited Daozong. An elder hurried out, saying the sect master would come. Hearing of a rare genius, Jiang Li was curious to see this prodigy himself. Daozong's sect master laughed. The genius wasn't a stranger. Jiang Li knew them well. He suddenly barked at Jiang Li for holding Daozong's token yet not bowing. Jiang Li recalled chatting with old five elements and casually beating Jiang Yiqing before leaving. Soon the city echoed with shouts of sworn enemies, leaving disciples utterly confused. After finishing at Daozong, Jiang Li returned to Hongshan Jingtu to discuss aftermath. He gave them remote communication talismans, instructing instant notice if Hongshan Xianzi changed. Qingyu understood Hongshan was an upper realm immortal. Only Jiang Li could handle trouble. Thus, Hongshan Xianzi's revival must remain secret or chaos would surely follow. The two answered in unison, knowing this concerned the sect's very survival. Jiang Li said he was heading to Great Zhou, making Jingxin guess he sought Zhou Huangjiyu. He mentioned someone at Daozong yelling they were mortal enemies had they heard that rumor. Jiang Li quickly insisted there was no such rumor. He was just on a small errand to Great Zhou. Elsewhere, a man named Yunbo stepped forward, introduced himself, and asked Jiang Li's identity. Jiang Li said he came merely to discuss, but events took a sharp turn mid-sentence. Yunbo promptly ate a punch. The discussion ended in record time. The system popped up congratulating the host for defeating Yunbo with wisdom and sweat. Rewards: an evolvable high-grade spirit artifact and a mysterious map fragment. Jiang Li told the system to summarize, curious how it would spin this hard-fought win. Reading the life and death battle report, he silently noted the system's talent for fiction. Choosing rewards, he casually picked a knife. System said incompatible. He jokingly chose an AK-47. System firmly refused, getting increasingly picky. Finally, the system auto-selected a spirit artifact called Blood Nurturing Bondslayer and demanded a blood oath. Skeptical, Jiang Li bit his finger to test this dramatic bonding ritual. One drop of blood made the artifact glow as if evolving. The system spammed upgrade notices, convincing him it might actually work. Then the artifact exploded into dust. Evolution turned punchline. Jiang Li coldly reminded it blood bonding was a bad idea and labeled the system useless. The system awkwardly shifted to the secret realm map. 3 fragments needed for completion. Jiang Li calmly pulled out a complete map from his storage ring, leaving the system speechless. He said he already had the full version, so the fragments were trash. The system forced a congratulation and quickly changed missions to save face. It warned the Chuanyuan secret realm was deadly, best wait until late nascent soul. Jiang Li agreed verbally, inwardly deciding not to anger it and lose his path to immortality. Just then his communication talisman lit up. Daozong's sect master asked if he was there. Jiang Li frowned and bluntly asked what was needed, showing zero reverence. The sect master said the yin-yang heaven seal was about to self-refine, likely finishing within a year. Daozong planned a grand viewing of the immortal artifact and wanted Jiang Li as Ren Huang. Hearing of self-refinement, Jiang Li grew interested. Such chances were rare. The yin-yang heaven seal, forged by Daozu, would become Zhuzhou's supreme treasure once complete. Remembering the last refinement 3,000 years ago, Jiang Li vowed not to miss this one. Seeing the system quiet, he chose to enter seclusion to stabilize after his tribulation. When the system rebooted, it issued a mission about the mysterious realm for Foundation establishment cultivators under 35. Since Jiang Li posed as mid-stage Foundation establishment, sects would underestimate him. Win the championship to slap faces. Fresh from meditation, Jiang Li was annoyed and considered declining more trouble. But the rewards, spatial teleportation and enlightenment through raiding, caught his ear. Hearing spatial teleportation long awaited, Jiang Li instantly accepted. Soon after, at Great Zhou's Tianji Tower, famed for trade and intelligence. The tower master boasted their intel ranked first in assessments, making rivals jealous. Suddenly, a waiter panicked. Ren Huangjiang had arrived, startling the master. He hurried out with disciples to greet him, while they wondered why he seemed so scared. Someone explained the old fiasco when Tianji Tower's faulty Juzhou map sent many cultivators into danger. Tianji Lu once held the detailed map and sold it at sky-high prices, cashing in hard on desperate cultivators. But Zhang Renhuang was annoyed, since that stunt made life miserable for all Juzhou cultivators. He rallied the lords to draw an even better map and sold it cheap, nuking Tianji Lu's monopoly overnight. Cultivators rejoiced at accurate maps, while Tianji Lu blawed profits and its master feared Zhang Renhuang's grudge. They mentioned Zheng Li's massive merit, yet oddly history records no merit baptism ceremony at all. Even past Renhuang who guarded Juzhou never saw merit descend, leaving everyone scratching their heads. One theory says the heavenly ladder vanished, cutting Juzhou off from the immortal realm so merit can't drop in. Hearing Zheng Li arrived, Tianji Lu instantly hung banners to welcome Renhuang's grand inspection. All disciples bowed in unison, many thrilled to finally see Zheng Li in the flesh. Zheng Li found the over-the-top display annoying, like he was some county magistrate on patrol. The Lozhu boasted that Tianji Lu gathers intelligence everywhere, but swore they never sell private secrets. Zhang Li patted his shoulder and praised him, nearly scaring the Lozhu into a cold sweat. The Luzhou hurriedly reaffirmed they never trade personal secrets, convinced Renhuang was testing him. He then nervously asked whether Zhang Li was satisfied with Tianji Lu's work. Zhang Li bluntly stated he came for all intel on the Shamiao's secret realm. The Luzhu summoned a crystal sphere and personally searched every file to flex their competence. After reading, even Zhang Li was impressed they even knew the 8 characters of the realm's creator. Zhang Li said a few words and left, while the Lozhu threw in the intel for free to curry favor. Not wanting more fuss, Zhang Li flew straight to the secret realm's location to join in. The realm was created by He-Ti cultivator Jin Mengjushi before dying during his tribulation transcendence. He left it for young Zhuji cultivators to compete for fortune, opening every 10 years with changing trials. When Zhang Li arrived, crowds of young cultivators were already gathered, ready to fight for opportunity. He figured waltzing in for first place would be awkward since he was posing as a Zhuji cultivator. So Zhang Li disguised himself as a late-stage Zhuji and blended into the crowd. A green-haired youth struck up a chat, saying his sect also had no elders accompanying them. He introduced himself as Qin Luan, senior brother of Dingfeng Guan, training solo while his master roams. Hearing his name, others recognized him as a rare lightning spirit root genius. Even without a big sect backing him, Qin Luan crushed many elite disciples with sheer brains and luck. Jiang Li calmly claimed he was his sect's most senior disciple after all. Renhuang Dian only has him as Dian Zhu. Hearing the other sect was nearly wiped out, Qin Luan felt instant sympathy for a fellow lone survivor. Moved by their shared tragedy, Qin Luan promised to protect him in the Xuanji's secret realm like temporary brothers. Remembering Daozong's sect master's face, Zhang Li switched gears and made up the name Kong Li, startling Qin Luan slightly. Qin Luan grumbled about fakers who act weak then break through to Jindan inside the realm to top the rankings, utterly shameless behavior. He vowed that if he met such a pig playing tiger, he'd kick them mid-breakthrough, leaving Jing Li speechless. Someone descended from the sky. Qin Luan recognized them as from Wanking Zong, the icy sect that trusts only the sword. He introduced the newcomer as Qisha Daozi and his elder, a tough rival since Qin Luan only wins 8 of 10 fights. Hearing Qisha's name, Zhang Li suspected a link to the Qisha stale, yet was surprised he'd never heard of him. Qin Luan casually said the guy just picked Qisha because it sounded cool, explaining the mystery. Mid-conversation, cherry blossoms rained down as a twin-bun girl landed gracefully under everyone's gaze. The crowd quickly recognized her as from Luang Xinfenzong, clearly no small fry. Qin Luan introduced her as Song Ying and her master, another tough opponent since he wins only 6 of 10 bouts. Song Ying spotted Qin Luan and dashed over, boldly declaring she'd definitely beat him this time. Qin Luan leaned over to warn Zhang Li to beware when she can't win. She allegedly weaponizes beauty to mess with Dao hearts. Zhang Li saw something else entirely. She clearly liked Qin Luan, and even her master behind her looked ready to draw a sword in frustration. Qin Luan firmly denied it, saying he once asked her directly and got called an idiot. Zhang Li quietly concluded she probably didn't like him after all, just 2 single dogs chatting. Zhang Li's gaze stopped on a man with late-stage Zhuji body, but Huashan-level soul obvious possession. While Song Ying bickered with Qin Luan, Zhang Li calmly analyzed the body snatcher. To confirm, he casually asked Qin Luan about the suspicious man's identity. Qin Luan said he was Li Latong of Shilin Men, once mediocre until falling off a cliff and suddenly enlightened. In a few years, he jumped from early-stage Zhuji to late-stage, though Qin Luan beat him easily. He sensed hidden strength. Just then, green light glowed from the stone fissure. The Shanji secret realm was about to open. The guard announced only exactly 800 could enter, all disciples lining up in order. After 800 entered, Zhang Li casually stepped in as number 801, shocking everyone outside. They shouted that exceeding the limit would trigger the realm's repelling force, expecting him to be blasted out. Zhang Li did feel a push about as threatening as a toddler ramming an elephant. When no one was ejected, the crowd awkwardly assumed the counter must have miscounted. Inside, Immortal Crane's sword and spiritual could turned into spirit water. 1 sip equaled 3 months of hard training. A crane flew by and Zhang Li casually grabbed it, turning an elegant spirit creature into dinner ingredients. He strolled to the lakeside, lit a fire, and prepared roasted crane. Mid plucking and grilling, frantic cries for help echoed from afar. A girl clutching her chest sprinted over, begging the hero to save her life. Seeing Zhengli roasting a rare crane, she panicked that he dared barbecue the realm's prized species. Soon 2 pursuers arrived, sneering at their prey who almost escaped. The desperate girl begged Zhengli for help, promising her body an entire fortune in gratitude. Zhengli calmly judged her talent as utter trash and kept eating, barely interested. The 2 men assumed he was her old lover and threatened to kill both for convenience. Before they finished, annoyed at the dinner interruption, Zhengli stood and punched them flying. Saved, the girl knelt gratefully and again insisted she could only repay him with herself. Zhengli coldly chuckled, telling her to try next life, instantly crushing her. Still polite, Chunni invited him to her village to rest and accept their humble thanks. Entering the village, Zhengli noticed the spiritual qi far denser than Juzhou wild fruits were natural treasures. Yet Chunni was only at qi refining level 1. Zhengli marveled at such rare trash-tier talent. Deeper inside, he saw the village was almost entirely women, like some mortal paradise. Chunni tearfully claimed war conscripted all the men, leaving only fragile women and girls behind. She flattered Zhengli as a heaven-shaking expert who could surely unify the world if he joined the war. Zhengli asked how strong a grandmaster was here to gauge the power scale. Hearing the answer, he realized grandmasters equaled only qi refining levels 7 to 9. This world was pitifully weak. He quickly deduced the realm was testing entrance greed and desire. Here, a Juji cultivator was like a god surrounded by beauties and endless treasures, enough to tempt anyone. Though uninterested, Zhengli played along with the realm's script, pretending to unify the world just to get it over with. 7 days later, the court grandly welcomed envoys from all nations to pay tribute to the new emperor. The harem even presented a list of 3,000 beauties volunteering to serve his majesty. In the main hall, ministers knelt and chanted "Long live the emperor who unified the realm." Zhengli just yawned on the throne, clearly unimpressed by all this power. Bored of the fake pomp, he left the hall for a casual stroll. Before long, he decided to leave this world entirely, shocking Chunni. She tried to stop him, asking if nothing here could make him stay despite knowing he didn't belong. Even 3,000 beauties couldn't sway Zhengli had seen far prettier. When he mentioned Hongshan Xian, Chunni fell silent, realizing the gap between them was cosmic. Refusing to give up, she offered the national treasury's heavenly treasures to tempt him. Zhengli casually took out a Zhaowa 9-turn immortal pill, making her bribes look laughable. Chunni drooled at the pill, even wanting to follow him back to Juzhou. She insisted unifying the world was a grand dream countless emperors longed for. Zhengli scoffed he was Renhuang of Juzhou, ruling this tiny realm was trivial. He finally admitted the real reason this place was just an illusion, staying meant nothing. He called out her real name, freezing Chunni on the spot. Exposed, she admitted she was the creator of this illusion. Per Tianjilu's intel, she was Daming Jushi Meng Chun, a famed female cultivator from 800 years ago. She mastered illusion arts so well she could flip reality and fantasy, trapping minds in confusion. Once unmasked, the entire illusion shattered into countless fragments. Zhengli calmly stood midair, had seen through it from the moment he entered. As it broke, many other cultivators appeared, still lost in their dreams. Meng Chun bowed immediately, never expecting the current Renhuang to break her setup. Zhengli humbly said he only stumbled in and accidentally disrupted Senior's arrangement. Meng Chun observed him and sighed. This Renhuang had an immortal aura unlike past heroes. Hearing had reached Daking stage, she was stunned that realm was legend. Zhengli asked if the illusion's purpose was to test cultivators against beauty, treasures, and power. Meng Chun thought that with Daching's strength he could destroy the realm, yet he chose to follow its rules. Since he spared her realm, Meng Chun tactfully avoided probing his true motives. Walking on, they found Qin Luan lying on the ground, still trapped in illusion. Meng Chun noted he was close to breaking free under a month with solid talent. As her body began to glow, she bade farewell, saying they'd talk again when the realm ended. Meanwhile, inside Qin Luan's illusion, the temptations of beauty and power pushed him toward delusion. Chunni praised him for saving the people and founding a nation, deliberately stroking his pride. Qin Luan blushed modestly, but his Dao heart wavered. Deep down, he admitted his motive wasn't noble, he just coveted the girl's body. Chunni piled on endless heavenly treasures from vassal lords to lure him into using them. Yet Qin Luan unexpectedly refused, saying cultivators must rely on self-cultivation, not treasures. The moment the thought formed, the illusion shattered had passed the trial. Awakening in the realm, Qin Luan saw Jiang Li beside him, casually asking if he was done dreaming. Realizing he'd faced tests of beauty, treasure, and power, Qin Luan sighed in relief. He knew if had indulged in those treasures, he'd be trapped forever. He assumed breaking it within a month was insanely fast, surely unmatched among peers. But seeing Kong Li out even earlier, he marveled at the other's unfathomable strength. Jiang Li just shrugged it off as luck, clearly not in the mood to explain. He even casually asked Meng Chun to open the water mirror to watch everyone else's illusion performance. The mirror appeared, leaving Qin Luan gaping, thinking it was a champion's reward. Inside showed Li Latong's illusion, the guy Jiang Li suspected of possession. In his fantasy, he slaughtered all enemies and stood above thousands, basking in worship. He secretly planned to restore his Washin stage once his Juji body hit peak. Then Chun-Ni appeared with the 3,000 harem list, testing his desires again. Li Litong bluntly said he needed no women, making her fake a hurt expression. He explained he practiced a virginity art and absolutely couldn't approach women. The moment he firmly refused the harem, the illusion shattered, trial complete. Waking in the realm still at late-stage Juji, he realized it was all fake. Seeing Jiang Li and Qin Luan ahead, he guessed he ranked third. That stung. The first prize might restored his Huashan stage. Remembering the life and death pact in the realm, he decided to kill them for the opportunity. Lili Tong immediately launched a sneak attack, convinced ruthlessness defined cultivators. Sensing killing intent, Qin Luan shouted for Kongshang to be careful. The pressure made Qin Luan shiver stronger than Song Ying and Keisha. Jiang Li, unimpressed, chose to end it quickly. One kick sent Lili Tong flying back, eyes bulging. Jiang Li coolly remarked that with such temperament, reaching Huashan was pure luck. Hearing his possession secret exposed via voice transmission, Lili Tong panicked, assuming Zhang Li was a He-Ti powerhouse. Qin Luan grew even more awed, wondering which sect Kongla truly hailed from. Meanwhile, Jiang Li quietly judged Qin Luan as potential Renwang material. They resumed watching the water mirror, this time Song Ying's illusion, where she and Qin Luan held hands. Qin Luan froze, everything unfolded opposite to what he'd believed. He couldn't grasp why the so-called temptress saved him, rejected treasures, and even abandoned kingship. Seeing him shaken, Jiang Li asked if he was okay, but Qin Luan requested solitude to process. Others soon awoke too, some saying they'd been trapped in illusion for years. A voice announced only the fastest 100 would enter the next round. Meng Chun appeared, smiling as she declared the rankings. Jiang Li sensed her amusement. Clearly, this senior treated the juniors as entertainment. When the rankings rang out, all were stunned. First place was Renwang Jiang Li. The crowd spun around frantically. Who expected that legend here? Qin Luan went numb, realizing Kong Li beside him was the Renwang had just befriended. Before reactions settled, a force made all cultivators drowsy and drift into sleep. Jiang Li followed along, lying down knowingly for the next trial. In moments, everyone sank into deep slumber. Opening his eyes, Jiang Li found himself in strange mountains within a dream. Others appeared too, quickly realizing they shared the same dream. Kishi immediately recognized it as the rare cultivation path Tao of Dreams. Qin Luan loudly told everyone to hush so Keisha could explain, surprising him. Realizing the shouter was Qin Luan, Keisha swallowed his anger. He could beat him anyway. He explained the Tao of Dreams lets cultivators train or fight within dreams. The user can drag opponents into the dream and control its rules. Just then an announcement declared round 2 began, allowing everyone to imagine their own power. Jiang Li instantly saw Meng Chun's plan: let these geniuses unleash ambition and fight it out. One person tested it by imagining lifting a mountain barehanded. The moment he thought it, the mountain behind him actually rose into the air. Qin Luan instantly realized that in this dream realm, imagination equals firepower. So one guy turned into Son Goku, another into Vegeta, and they started throwing hands. Some became giant insects, others morphed into dragons cruising the skies. One even imagined himself a true dragon with tribulation transcendence level might. Crazier still, someone pictured himself as heavenly tribulation incarnate to suppress everyone. While the dream sky turned into utter chaos, Zhang Li just stood on the ground, calmly spectating. He thought these geniuses were way too flashy compared to his minimalist style. Jiang Li considered imagining himself as the Sword Dao ancestor just to scare them a little. While observing, he noticed Yuan Ling's soul seemed unaware she was already dead. From there, Jiang Li began piecing together the entire bizarre case. He deduced Yuan Ling first used corpse goo to slaughter 2 towns, then puppeteered the bodies. Later, someone else killed Yuan Ling and used goo worms to control her corpse and manipulate everyone. That's how both towns kept living normally. Even nascent soul cultivators couldn't tell. As Jiang Li pondered, Jingxin coldly asked him to leave so she could speak privately with Yuan Ling. Her frosty smile gave him goosebumps, so he tactfully stepped away. Soon a scream rang out. Yuan Ling was killed yet again, blood splattering everywhere. The female cultivator approached, apologizing for the wait, kicking off a check that threatened to expose everything. Jiang Li's expression darkened. His instincts screamed something was terribly wrong. In Shy Town, all seemed normal, yet it hid a lethal secret. Xingni was sifting rice for tomorrow's meal, looking ordinary but with lifeless eyes. She scooped rice and poured it into another barrel, repeating mechanically like a puppet. The more one watched, the clearer it was she had no awareness, just mindless motion. Jingxin called her name, but she didn't respond. Her mind was clearly hijacked. This rice was spirit rice offered to the sect, meant to be strictly guarded. Yet Xingni casually mixed it with other rice, an absurd act that caught Jiang Li's attention. Scanning with divine sense, Jiang Li paled and warned not to probe too deeply unless she had the stomach for it. The warning only fueled Jingxin's suspicion. She extended her divine sense to investigate. The moment it touched the rice, a defensive layer blocked her. Someone was hiding something. Unwilling to back down, she strengthened her divine sense and shattered the barrier. As it broke, what lay inside was revealed, and she was horrified. Nausea surged because those weren't spirit rice grains at all. Inside each grain lurked tiny goo worms, waiting to be eaten. Disgusted by the truth, she grabbed Xingni and demanded answers. Xingni believed it was sect policy. Her cognition had clearly been altered. Jiang Li picked up a grain and asked if she knew what it truly was. He then told everyone to step outside, clearly preparing a demonstration. Shortly after, Jiang Li cooked the rice to observe the reaction. He confirmed Xingni's memories were twisted, classic corpse goo tactics. Jingxin looked into the bowl and turned pale at the countless worms inside each grain. Even cooked, they were alive stronger, in fact making it even more terrifying. Someone had deliberately mixed goo worms into the spirit rice for the entire sect to ingest. Hearing that, Jingxin erupted in anger, realizing the sect might be sabotaged from within. Just then a jade slip message arrived. Kong reported clues about the Goo clan. Records said corpse controlling Goo required a He-Ti cultivator, yet the Goo clan's strongest was only nascent soul. To learn Gu arts, one had to read ancient texts sealed inside old tombs, inaccessible to outsiders. Hearing that, Zhang Li grew more puzzled. The mastermind clearly had sky-high cultivation. Kangwei suddenly recalled the Gu clan once lost a terrifying secret art called heart control Gu. Once swallowed, this Gu instantly seizes the mind without the victim noticing. The Gus master can puppeteer people while they believe they're perfectly normal. Zhang Li handed the worm-laced rice to Kangwei to confirm if it was heart control Gu. Kangwei confirmed those rice-sized specks were indeed the deadly heart control Gu. Jingxin collapsed at the conclusion, realizing how catastrophic this was. She despaired, thinking of how many junior sisters had eaten it over the years. At the sect gate, Qingyu anxiously awaited Jingxin's return, unaware of the storm coming. A woman marked over her eye appeared. It was Xuan, once expelled from the sect. Xuan coldly admitted resentment. Despite both being He stage, she was denied leadership. Qingyu sneered that someone power-hungry like her never belonged in Hongshan Pure Land. In Qingyu's eyes, Xuan only fought for status, too worldly to win hearts. Xuan laughed coldly. She no longer cared for support. Her ambitions surpassed popularity. After exile, she wandered and accidentally found the hidden Gu clan. As a He cultivator among nascent souls, she could basically do as she pleased there. So Xuan brazenly stole Gu arts and left with worms to launch her own scheme. Qingyu immediately realized the mastermind behind the sect's suffering was Xuan. Xuan revealed the plan began 50 years ago, quietly planting disaster unnoticed. Back in Shai Town, Zhang Li asked Kangyu if heart control Gu could be undone. Kangyu said only two ways: the Gu master releases it, or the worms inside are killed. During tribulation transcendence, heavenly tribulation destroys the worms so they can't control someone crossing it. Zhang Li noted that, then cut contact to handle the urgent crisis. He reassured Jingxin the Gu hadn't activated yet, there was still hope. Zhang Li declared that as long as he was present, any crisis could be reversed. His certainty steadied Jingxin. The mastermind was clearly waiting to trigger it. Mistakes could still be fixed if they acted before activation. Grateful, Jingxin rushed back to the sect to stop the catastrophe. At the gate, Qingyu was stunned as Xuan admitted all spirit rice was heart control Gu. Xuan boasted the idea came from a clever disciple after killing her. The plan was perfected. She taunted Qingyu to guess how many had eaten the Gu over 50 years. Then Xuan decided to showcase her masterpiece of control. Instantly, countless disciples surrounded them like a commanded army. Qingyu was horrified. Even two cultivators were infected. She regretted past mercy. Had she killed Xuan earlier, this disaster wouldn't exist. Xuan calmly threatened that all disciples' lives were in her hands. If Qingyu dared attack, she'd order them all to commit suicide. To prove it, Xuan coldly commanded one disciple to harm himself. The disciple immediately tore out his own heart, turning the scene nightmarish. Qingyu roared Sane's name in fury but didn't dare move. The controlled disciples still pleaded for help, showing their consciousness was trapped inside. Qingyu realized they were awake yet powerless against the Gus commands. In the end, she yielded, willing to give up her sect leader position to save them. Xuan scoffed. Leadership was no longer what she wanted. Right then, Zhang Li and Jingxin returned to the sect. Seeing the sect protecting Grand Array blocking them outside, Jingxin instantly sensed something was terribly wrong. Zhang Li recalled that Hongshan Pure Land's Grand Array had never been broken. Jingxin realized the worst possibility: the array core might have been stolen. Inside, Xuan stepped on Qingyu and coldly declared Zhang Li and Jingxin were too late. Jingxin angrily demanded why Xuan betrayed the sect just for power. Xuan revealed she planned to seize control in 50 years, but the ancestors' revival forced her hand. She was obsessed with Hongshan ancestors' beauty, claiming it could drive anyone mad. Her goal now wasn't power but to possess Hongshan ancestor for herself. She even blamed Zhang Li for exposing the revival, ruining 50 years of scheming. Then she stomped Qingyu until she spat blood, deliberately provoking them with her master's life. Seeing her master abused, Jingxin roared in fury and prepared to break the array at all costs. She unleashed Peerless Qinglian with full power against the barrier. After the strike, the array remained untouched. She realized the gravity instantly. Unwilling to yield, Jingxin hurled dozens more Qinglian strikes to force a breach. Explosions thundered like a battlefield, yet the array didn't budge. After exhausting her spiritual power, Jingxin was left panting. The array stood pristine. As if never attacked, she fell into despair. Zhang Li placed a hand on her shoulder and told her to let him handle it. Inside, Xuan sneered, boasting this immortal realm array was unbreakable even by immortals. She warned Zhang Li to retreat or his undefeated legend would end today. Ignoring her taunts, Zhang Li calmly asked Qingyu if saving her would settle past grudges. Qingyu agreed immediately. Saving the disciples and sect mattered most. With that, Zhang Li threw a single punch at the Grand Array. Taking stage power, Denia the formation cracked, spidering across it. Xuan stared in horror at the impossible sight. The supposedly unbreakable array shattered from that one punch. Xuan couldn't believe the immortal formation collapsed before her eyes. Realizing danger, she summoned all controlled disciples as hostages. She warned they all bore heart control Gu. No one dared act rashly. With a mere thought, she could make them commit suicide instantly. Zhang Li calmly walked forward, heightening everyone's tension. He admitted he couldn't be faster than her thoughts. Xuan demanded safe passage with Hongshan ancestor in exchange for sparing the disciples. Yet as Zhang Li drew his sword, he asked why he needed to be faster than her thoughts. Panicked, Xuan tried to order the disciples to kill themselves. In that instant, Zhang Li lightly swung, severing every Gu worm inside their bodies. The disciples snapped awake, confused why they had nearly committed suicide. Xuan was aghast. The sword barely moved, yet the worms were annihilated. Jiang Li said his swordsmanship was simple, he only knew one move. It was called Heart Sword, born from intent faster than normal reactions. Since the sword ki arose within consciousness, it could strike targets inside the body directly. Hearing this, Swanee begged for mercy, realizing she had zero chance. Before she finished, her head fell from her shoulders in a flash. Jiang Li coldly remarked that killing didn't require fancy techniques. Jingxin looked at Swanee's corpse and finally exhaled the calamity was over. Jiang Li reminded the elders to manage the sect better, or it nearly became a demonic den. Qingyu bowed an apology, declaring all past grudges with Jiang Li erased. She admitted that without him, Hongchen Pure Land would have been a laughingstock. Qingyu vowed the entire sect would remember Zhang Renwang's grace tonight. Jiang Li returned to Xiatown to spill the truth to Du Xingni. Hearing it all, Xingni was stunned to learn the whole village had long been wiped out by goo worms. Jiang Li explained the goo master was dead, so the worms faded too, leaving the bodies on borrowed time. Knowing her clock was ticking, Xingni only wished to see Jingxin one last time. Jingxin rushed out crying, hugging her junior sister in despair. She shook Xingni, begging her to open her eyes. There was still so much unsaid. But Xingni quietly passed away in her senior sister's arms. After settling things, Jiang Li went to Daozong to request a long-distance message talisman. The Daozong sect master personally appeared and asked what brought him here. Jiang Li said he needed a message talisman so Hongchen Pure Land could stay in touch. The man before him was the famed Daozong sect master known across the 9 provinces. Jiang Li sensed something off seeing the unusually cheerful sect master. The sect master laughed, saying a genius junior had emerged, putting him in great spirits. Curious, Jiang Li wanted to see the prodigy who made the boss so proud. As guardian of the 9 provinces, he said he'd like to witness this talent grow. The sect master laughed, saying Jiang Li actually knew the kid. He suddenly yelled at Jiang Li to bow, since he was holding a Daozong command token. Jiang Li recalled he had casually pocketed that token while chatting with Wu Xing. Soon after, someone in the city screamed they were sworn enemies with Jiang Li. With the message talisman secured, Jiang Li returned to Hongchen Pure Land. He gave it to Qingyu, telling her to report any movement from Hongchen Immortal immediately. Qingyu knew the Grand Patriarch was too powerful. If trouble came, only Jiang Li could fix it. So she decided to keep the Grand Patriarch's resurrection secret to avoid chaos. The two swore together to keep the matter under wraps. Jiang Li said he was heading to Great Zhou, making Jingxin guess he sought Zhou Huangjiu. But Jiang Li brought up someone in Daozong yelling about being his mortal enemy. He hurriedly told everyone to spread that it was just a rumor. Elsewhere, a man named Yunbo appeared and cupped his hands to ask Jiang Li's identity. Jiang Li bluntly replied he came here just to beat someone up. Yunbo was instantly knocked out by a punch before he could react. The system popped up, congratulating the host for winning with wisdom and swit. The reward, a high-grade spiritual artifact that evolves plus a mysterious map. Jiang Li immediately told the system to settle the rewards. He tried choosing a military knife, but the system flatly refused. Even when he demanded an AK-47, the system stubbornly said no. The system picked the blood-nurturing, bond-slaying blade instead and told him to bind it with blood. After binding, the artifact exploded, leaving Jiang Li recalling the system bragging about expertise. Jiang Li mocked the system for suggesting blood binding when the artifact just blew up. The system awkwardly changed topics and produced a secret realm map fragment needing 3 pieces. Jiang Li casually took out the complete map, leaving the system speechless. He said he already had the full map, so he didn't need the scraps. The system begrudgingly congratulated him and switched to another mission. It warned that the Chuanyuan secret realm was extremely dangerous and advised going at late nascent soul stage. Jiang Li sighed in agreement and asked for a new mission. Just then, the message talisman lit up with the Daozong sect master loudly calling for Jiang Li. Jiang Li was annoyed the man used the talisman without permission. He frowned and bluntly asked what was needed. The sect master seemed displeased at Jiang Li's overly equal tone. Jiang Li merely snorted and asked what he actually wanted. The sect master finally said the Yin-Yang Heaven Seal was about to complete a new self-refinement. Daozong planned a grand assembly to admire the immortal artifact and invited the human emperor. Hearing about a self-refining immortal artifact, Jiang Li was instantly intrigued. The sect master cheerfully promised him a VIP seat and ended the call. Jiang Li pondered, as the Yin-Yang Heaven Seal was a world-shaking event across the 9 provinces. Its creator was the mysterious Daozu, founder of Daozong, a legend with an unfathomable past. Once complete, the Yin-Yang Heaven Seal will become an immortal artifact of boundless might. Its trick, it self-refines, and every upgrade makes it scarier. The last self-refinement was 3,000 years ago, so this is a one-scene honor a show. Jiang Li decided to go into seclusion first to stabilize his post-tribulation cultivation. 2 months later, the system rebooted and dropped a new quest about the Xuanyao secret realm. The realm only allows Foundation establishment cultivators under 35, so the sects looked down on Zhang Lai. The system told him to win first place optional, but tempting. Rewards unlock spatial teleportation and source text reading. Hearing spatial teleportation, Jiang Li accepted on the spot. The scene then shifted to Great Zhou's Tianji Tower. The Tianji Tower master bragged his intel network was the best under heaven. Suddenly, a disciple reported Zhang Renwang had arrived, and the man nearly jumped out of his skin. Since Tianji Tower deals in secrets, he feared Jiang Li came to settle scores. He hurried out with his disciples to greet him, baffling the crowd. A disciple explained they once sold a 9 provinces map at sky-high prices. That detailed map earned them piles of spirit stones from cultivators. Unfortunately, Zhang Renhuang was not amused. Jiang Li then rallied forces to redraw an even better map and sold it dirt cheap. Tianji Tower lost a fortune, so the Tower Master feared lingering grudges. Thus, they immediately hung a banner welcoming Jiang Renwang's inspection. Jiang Li saw everyone bowing and thought it was hilariously over the top. When Jiang Li patted his shoulder and praised him, the Tower Master trembled, thinking it was a veiled warning. The Tower Master cautiously asked if Jiang Li was satisfied with their intelligence work. Jiang Li bluntly said he was only here to check info on the Shuanyao secret realm. The Tower Master mobilized all disciples to gather data and personally briefed Jiang Renwang. After reading it, Jiang Li admitted Tianji Tower even dug up the birth details of the realm's creator. Still, he only offered a few subtle reminders before leaving. Renwang can't police the whole world. Leaving Tianji Tower, Jiang Li flew straight to where the Shuanyao secret realm would open. The Tower Master watched him go and told a painting expert disciple to prepare a special artwork. 9 days later, Tianji Tower displayed a painting of the Tower Master shaking hands with Jiang Li like business partners. Records say 800 years ago Jiming Jushi died failing his body integration tribulation. Before dying, he left the Shuanyao secret realm, opening every 10 years for Foundation establishment cultivators to seek fortune. When Jiang Li arrived, the area was already packed with young cultivators. He thought grabbing first place outright would be embarrassing since he was posing as Foundation establishment. So Jiang Li disguised himself as latest stage Foundation establishment and blended in. A blue-haired youth approached, seeing Jiang Li was alone. He introduced himself as Qin Luan, senior brother of Dingfeng Temple. Nearby cultivators immediately recognized him as the famous lightning spiritual root genius. Without major sect backing, Qin Luan still surpassed many prodigies through luck and brains. Hearing lightning spiritual root, Jiang Li quietly assessed his talent. Among spiritual roots, mutated single roots like lightning are considered top tier. Jiang Li said his own sect also sent only him to participate. After all, as self-proclaimed Hall Master of Renwang Hall, he was technically the most senior. Qin Luan misunderstood, thinking Jiang Li's sect had been wiped out, leaving him alone. Sympathetic, Qin Luan promised to protect this new brother inside the realm. He asked Jiang Li's real name for proper address. Remembering Daozong's teasing, Jiang Li irritably used the alias Kong Lai. Qin Luan mentioned he'd seen people fake weakness and break through inside to snatch first place. He vowed to shatter such schemers' foundations, leaving Jiang Li speechless. Just then, someone descended dramatically from the sky, drawing all eyes. Qin Luan recognized them as members of Wang Qing's sect, famed for emotionless sword cultivation. Among them was Qisha Daozi, Qin Luan's frequent rival. Hearing Qisha, Jiang Li wondered if it had anything to do with the Qisha still and grew curious. Turns out he just picked the name to sound cool. Jiang Li instantly lost interest. Then a twin-bun girl descended in a shower of cherry blossoms. The crowd recognized her as Zongying of Luoying's sect. Qin Luan said he'd fought Zongying before and only won 6 out of 10. He whispered that she loves using beauty to wreck her opponent's Dao heart. Jiang Li could tell she clearly fancied Qin Luan and subtly pointed it out. Mid-chat, Jiang Li noticed a man quietly standing in the crowd. The body was Foundation establishment, but the soul was deity transformation obvious body snatcher. Qin Luan said he was Li Li Tong of Shilin sect, who fell off a cliff and mysteriously powered up. Jiang Li confirmed his suspicion about possession and walked off, leaving the bickering duo behind. Soon, a green glow shone from the stone crevice. The Shuanyao secret realm was opening. The guard announced only 800 Foundation establishment cultivators could enter. But once the count hit 800, Jiang Li casually strolled in anyway. Onlookers panicked, any extra should been repelled. Jiang Li only felt a toddler-level shove and didn't even blink. No one understood why the realm didn't react to him at all. Inside, Immortal Crane's sword and spirit key condensed into spiritual springs. The scenery looked like heaven, perfect for dazzling mortals. Jiang Li saw a crane fly by and casually grabbed it midair. He lit a fire by the lake and prepared to roast it. Suddenly, a cry for help shattered the peace. A girl named Chunna ran over in panic, begging for rescue. Seeing Jiang Li roasting an immortal crane, she was horrified. Her 2 pursuers arrived, intent on capturing her. Chunna hastily promised to repay the favor with her body if saved. Jiang Li could tell at a glance she was a ruthless key-refining weakling. The 2 men assumed he was her lover and prepared to attack. They even threatened to kill both on the spot. Jiang Li stood up and casually punched them away for interrupting his meal. Chunna thanked him profusely and again offered herself in return. Jiang Li coldly refused, leaving her deeply shaken. Still, Chunna invited him to her village to express gratitude. On the way, Jiang Li noticed the spirit Kuai here was far denser than the 9 provinces. Yet Chunna lived among treasures and was still only key-refining level 1, impressive in its own way. The village was almost entirely women, like a female cultivator sect. Chunna explained all the men were taken by the state for war, leaving only women behind. She begged Jiang Li to go to the battlefield, unify the world, and save the people. Jiang Li asked how strong grandmasters were in this world. He quickly realized they were merely high-level chi refining at best. Jiang Li instantly saw the realm was testing human desires. For normal Foundation establishment cultivators, this place was paradise, power and beauties included. Though uninterested, Jiang Li played along with the script for fun. 7 days later, he had unified the nation and sat on the throne. Vassal states endlessly offered heavenly treasures and beauties. The harem even prepared 3,000 maidens for his selection. Jiang Li just yawned on the throne, utterly bored. He decided to leave. This world wasn't worth staying in. When Chunna tried tempting him with beauties, he simply said he'd met Hong Chen immortal. Jiang Li even pulled out a 9-turn creation immortal pill, silencing her completely. She insisted he was about to unify the world and empire. Countless rulers dreamed of Wesson abandoning it a waste. Jiang Li looked at the sky and replied that being Renwang of Deqiao province beat ruling a fake realm. Then he admitted those reasons were excuses. The truth was he had no interest in living inside a lie. Exposed, she confessed she'd been overconfident in her illusion arts, thinking she could fool even Renwang. According to Tianji Tower's intel, she was Demeng Jushi Meng Chun, a famed female cultivator from 800 years ago. Meng Chun was renowned for supreme illusion techniques, able at their peak to blur truth and falsehood and trap victims forever. At that moment, the entire illusion began cracking her secret art, clearly useless before Jiang Li. Jiang Li calmly said he'd known it was fake from the start, so he just watched it collapse. As the illusion shattered, trapped cultivators reappeared, still dazed by lingering temptation. Meng Chun immediately bowed, realizing the man before her was the current Renwang, and showing utmost respect. She admitted she'd died in her tribulation. This was only a remnant while maintaining the trial. Seeing her hesitate, Jiang Li bluntly asked what else she wanted to say. Meng Chun sighed that she'd met past Renwang, but none had Jiang Li's aura. She even suspected an immortal had descended. Jiang Li denied immortality, saying he merely broke through to Mahayana, causing misunderstandings. Meng Chun was shocked Mahayana was legend, yet now stood before her. Jiang Li guessed the realm's purpose was testing Dao hearts against beauty, treasures, and power. Meng Chun confirmed resisting even one of the three qualified a person for the next level. In the illusion, those temptations were effortless. To gain greed only dragged people deeper until reality faded. She knew that with Mahayana's strength, Jiang Li could crush the realm anytime, but chose to spare her dignity. Mid-conversation, they noticed a young man panting on the ground. It was Qin Luan undergoing the trial. Meng Chun observed he was close to breaking free. Less than a month to reach this point meant solid ability. Suddenly her body glowed, signaling the realm's end, so she postponed further talk. Before leaving, she remarked this trial seemed uniquely suited to Jiang Li's Dao heart. In Qin Luan's illusion, a woman praised him as a benevolent ruler who saved the people, nearly convincing him. Flattery about being a virtuous king made him blush and waver. His vanity was hit. Yet he admitted inwardly he wasn't that noble. He'd mostly been tempted by a beauty's body. The woman then lured him with endless heavenly treasures offered by vassals. Qin Luan refused, insisting on cultivating by his own effort, not borrowed treasures. That firm resolve instantly shattered his illusion. Awakening, Qin Luan realized the test measured resistance to beauty, treasure, and power. He knew that without rejecting those heavenly treasures, he'd have sunk completely. Though it took him a month, he believed he was fastest of his generation until he saw Jiang Li was earlier. Standing up, Qin Luan praised Jiang Li's strength and quietly regretted his earlier arrogance. Jiang Li, bored, asked Meng Chun if he could see how others performed. In the water mirror appeared Li Lietong, having slaughtered foes and standing above all, basking in reverence. Drunk on power and rising cultivation, he believed he was about to regain deity transformation. Palace maids presented a list of 3,000 harem beauties, pushing his desire further. He hurriedly refused women, confusing the maids as he awkwardly explained. Li Lietong finally confessed he cultivated pure yang child skill, requiring absolute celibacy. The moment he swore off the harem, the illusion-shattered trial passed. Awakening, Li Lietong felt not joy but suspicion about what it experienced. Seeing his cultivation still at late foundation establishment, he realized all prior glory was fake. Spotting Jiang Li and Qin Luan already outside, he understood he ranked third. Bitterly disappointed, he had believed he'd win first and restore his deity transformation realm. Remembering the life and death pact signed upon entry, he suddenly decided to kill the two before him. Circulating his technique, he prepared to strike, believing ruthless strategy sometimes outweighed strength. Sensing the killing intent, Qin Luan immediately shouted for Jiang Li to be careful. But sensing his aura, Qin Luan realized the pressure dwarfed all previous prodigies. Seeing him dare attack, Jiang Li decided to end the farce personally. One casual kick sent Li Lietong flying, eyes bulging, utterly helpless. Jiang Li coldly remarked that such a flimsy Dao heart reaching deity transformation was pure luck. Li Lietong panicked. This man not only beat him but saw through his body-snatching secret. Qin Luan grew even more awed, wondering what sect Jiang Li truly came from. Jiang Li quietly judged Qin Luan's talent and temperament fit to compete for future Renwang. The two then watched the water mirror again, this time, Song Ying's illusion. In it, Qin Luan held her hand, claiming everything he had belonged to her. He said Song Ying saved him and funded him with treasures, earning his current status. The real Qin Luan outside was baffled. Those memories never existed. Illusion Song Ying smoothly replied that if he wished to repay her, he should give himself to her. She even suggested abandoning kingship to live in seclusion, striking straight at his Dao heart. The moment she finished, the illusion shattered abruptly, leaving her confused. Qin Luan was shaken. This trap defied all normal temptation logic. Jiang Li checked on him, but Qin Luan asked for silence to process the shock. Soon all trial participants awoke and compared how long they'd been trapped. Some spent years, others lived entire lifetimes in illusion before escaping. A voice announced the fastest 100 would enter the next round. The rest would be eliminated immediately. Meng Chun appeared to reveal the first trial rankings. The results stunned everyone. First place was Renhuang Jiang Li. Hearing the title, all frantically searched for the real Renhuang. Qin Luan finally realized the man had chatted with was Renhuang himself. Before gossip could erupt, an invisible force made everyone drowsy. Jiang Li simply lay down with them, knowing this was the next test. Soon all participants were pulled into a shared dream. Jiang Li awoke standing amid the strange Huanggu Mountains. Others appeared nearby, debating if this was a collective dream. Kishidaozi quickly identified it as the rare dream Dao cultivation. He explained dreamed how cultivators train in dreams or drag enemies into them for control. The realm's voice declared round 2 begun participants could imagine power for themselves. Jiang Li instantly understood Meng Chun was testing everyone's Dao heart limits through dreams. One participant imagined lifting a mountain barehanded to test the rules. The thought alone hoisted the mountain behind him. Proof imagination ruled here. Qin Luan grasped it fast in this dream. If you dare think it, it becomes real. Realizing this, participants began imagining themselves as mighty figures like Son Goku or Vegeta. Some turned into giant insects, others into bizarre beasts flaunting strength. One even became a true dragon radiating tribulation-level pressure, throwing the field into chaos. Someone went overboard and imagined himself as heavenly tribulation incarnate. The sky roared with clashing powers. Only Jiang Li stood calmly watching below. Seeing the juniors' flashy brawl, Jiang Li felt his own simple fighting style seemed too low-key. He even mused that imagining the myriad sword ancestor would scare them silly. Meanwhile, participants kept boasting some claimed deity transformation. Others unleashed sky-splitting moves. One proudly imagined wielding the heaven-cutting 7-killing still like an immortal artifact. Jiang Li glanced over and judged that fantasy strength barely early body integration at best. He knew imagination is capped by knowledge, so that ultimate art's real power wasn't even close. Qin Luan bluntly mocked the guy for thinking he was the real Keisha Darin. Jiang Li approved Qin Luan didn't chase absurd fantasies, just focused on perfecting his golden core. Feeling slighted, Keisha strode forward, thinking a body integration realm didn't need to fear a golden core. He condensed the heaven-cutting 7-killing stele in hand, aiming to slice off Qin Luan's tongue. Just before impact, Song Ying appeared, blocking the blow and scolding him for bullying the weak. Jiang Li was surprised Song Ying had imagined a green lotus weapon like Jingxin Sheng. Keisha arrogantly declared that even if Renwang showed up, he'd still cut Qin Luan's tongue. He then poured power into another strike against Song Ying's barrier. The violent clash sent both Song Ying and Qin Luan flying. At the critical moment, a shield suddenly appeared to protect them. The one who intervened was Zhang Li, casually watching from afar. They immediately bowed in thanks, and Song Ying finally realized he was Renwang. Zhang Li calmly said no one dies in dreams, but brushing death is still educational. Qin Luan eagerly wanted to try. Song Ying went pale, making Zhang Li laugh and admit he was joking. He turned to Keisha and praised his momentum as somewhat interesting. Zhang Li sighed and removed his hat, knowing his presence probably gave Meng Chun a headache. He looked at Keisha and asked plainly, "So, want to spar with me?" Keisha immediately requested Renhuang's guidance, brimming with confidence. He believed body integration plus the 7 killings still could pressure even Renhuang. He unleashed his full-force ultimate move 7 killings annihilation radiating terrifying might. Qin Luan broke into cold sweat just sensing the dreadful sword intent. Keisha charged with blade in hand, roaring to end the fight. Jiang Li simply raised 2 fingers and gently caught the incoming tip. Keisha froze his full power, halted like a bad joke. Jiang Li flicked his hand, sending both sword and Keisha flying like toys. Even airborne, Keisha shouted for all trialists to challenge Renhuang together for guidance. Hearing the rally, Jiang Li smiled leisurely and nodded, allowing everyone to attack at once. He even told Qin Luan and Song Ying they could join the fun. Qin Luan barked at Song Ying not to be foolish. Renhuang's guidance was priceless. Li Tong charged first, forming twin cross-shaped swords toward Jiang Li. Jiang Li lifted a foot to block, calmly noting Li Tong had restored his former strength. A simple kick followed, blasting Li Tong straight off the island. The trialists turned pale. The strongest among them was beaten in one move. Keisha yelled that honor didn't matter against Renhuang. "Everyone attack!" Fired up, the group unleashed their imagined powers and rushed forward. Keisha summoned 10,000 swords from the 7-killing steel, trying to suppress the battlefield. 3 massive forces slammed toward Zhang Li amid roaring battle cries. Jiang Li just smiled like watching kids roughhouse. He raised a simple barrier blocking everything, sighing that he could even imagine anyone stronger than himself. He joked that sci-fi weapons or lofty concepts were things he'd only heard about. Even immortal force or higher realm power had never seen them, so couldn't picture them. Casually, he said his strongest item might be the halberd in storage and used for ages. Lightning tribulation or space-time laws were too abstract for him to imagine anyway. While Zheng Liedli mused, the 3 attackers couldn't budge his barrier at all. One, furious, charged in to break it with everything he had. Zhang Li punched the neck of the divine dragon had transformed into, making it howl in agony. He casually explained that humans have powerful body-tempering arts, too no need to force dragon cosplay. Knocked away, the divine dragon crashed down and slowly reverted to human form. He realized the mistake of fusing dragon bloodline with a human body. Thanks to Zhang Li's pointer, he chose a new body-refining path. Elsewhere, Jiang Li flicked away Keisha and Song Ying, leaving only a few still standing. He walked toward the remaining 2 like a teacher seeing who dared try again. One trialist condensed heavenly lightning, boldly claiming he'd suppress Renhuang with it. Jiang Li eyed the inner demon tribulation lightning and nodded creative idea. Qin Luan shivered, knowing such lightning appears only in grand tribulations. Jiang Li calmly said its power was still a bit lacking. He instantly dragged the summoner beside him, sending the man into panic. Tribulation lightning hates sharing. Sure enough, the lightning exploded fiercer with an extra target. When the thunderlight faded, a round barrier still stood firm at the center. Inside, Jiang Li strolled with hands behind his back, while the summoner trembled on the ground. Watching outside, Meng Chun was shocked. Renhuang was solid, tanking double tribulation. Not stopping there, Jiang Li even pulled Qin Luan into the barrier mid-confusion. Smiling, he boosted the tribulation's power to 4-fold. Qin Luan steadied himself, trusting Ren Huang and focusing on battling his inner demon. Heavenly lightning struck again with world-shattering force. Seeing the summoner drenched in sweat, failing against his demon, Zhang Li snorted that weak. Zhang Li smacked his head, scolding that dumping inner demons on others isn't cultivation. He warned him to learn control after leaving or risk self-destruction of Dao heart. The man asked blankly why Zhang Renhuang wasn't troubled by inner demons. Normally, once inner demons appear, a cultivator must face them alone. Zhang Li thought briefly and replied he'd beaten his inner demon once, so it never came back. In a memory vision, his inner demon manifested as past Renhuang kneeling in apology after total defeat. Witnessing that, the cultivator bowed deeply, grateful for Renhuang's guidance. Before leaving, he glanced at Qin Luan resisting his demon, silently admiring his will. Qin Luan, soaked in sweat, finally broke through his inner demon on his own. Zhang Li assessed that Qin Luan's temperament and talent qualified him as Renhuang candidate. Song Ying was stunned. A foundation establishment breaking inner demons is rare. Zhang Li directly asked Qin Luan what his inner demon actually was. Qin Luan said people assumed it was fear of darkness from childhood confinement. He laughed. His real inner demon was his master Yuan Wuxing, so had just beaten him up. Zhang Li burst out laughing, recalling how that master-disciple duo once tried to stall him in Qingcheng Prefecture. Just then, Meng Chun announced the trial's end and rewards for the top 30. The trialists thanked Zhang Li for guidance and exited the dream one by one. When all were gone, Zhang Li asked Meng Chun if she seemed in a good mood today. She coolly said she'd hoped to witness true Mahayana power, but he never got serious. Zhang Li smiled. Opponents only reached body integration, full force would have crushed the juniors. He even feared becoming their inner demon and ruining their cultivation paths. Meng Chun then proposed simulating Mahayana power herself to spar. She said being near Tribulation Crossing, she could still imagine that realm. Zhang Li bowed lightly if Senior wished he was ready. Yet even layering dream and illusion arts, Meng Chun was effortlessly dismantled by him. She finally admitted this Renhuang truly stood supreme beneath heaven's laws. So Meng Chun generously lets Zhang Li ask for anything, even the great dream of eternal ages. She even half-jokes about offering herself as the prize. Zhang Li laughs it off and asks to be removed from the rankings to stop stealing Junior's lucky breaks. Meng Chun pouts, thinking this guy has zero romantic instincts. Zhang Li adds that if she ever needs help within his power, he'll repay her. Meng Chun asks if he can take her out of the secret realm and back to Juzhou. Zhang Li explains she's just a lingering remnant bound to the realm, so no exit yet. To leave, she must gather her 3 souls and 7 spirits to fully restore herself. Still, Zhang Li guesses that in 200 years, she might naturally grow a new soul. Meng Chun is stunned. She never imagined becoming a real living being again. Zhang Li says many beings are born from spiritual essence accumulating over time anyway. He promises to return in 200 years to protect her path, and Meng Chun bows gratefully. Outside the secret realm, the contestants are teleported out and Qin Luan reunites with Yuan Wuxing. But when Qin Luan mentions meeting Zhang Renhuang, both master and disciple instantly go silent. Zhang Li suddenly appears, smiling that fate clearly likes pairing them up. He bluntly says Qin Luan qualifies to compete for Human Emperor, and Yuan Wuxing has potential too. Yuan Wuxing is dumbfounded while Zhang Li notes he's still a bit timid inside. After thinking, Zhang Li nods, saying he did fairly well, making Yuan Wuxing beam like a kid. Zhang Li sees that past trials have helped Yuan Wuxing mature, but whether they'll become Human Emperor depends on future fate. With that, Zhang Li flies off, leaving the two staring blankly. Once they snap out of it, they immediately argue over who must stay at Qingfeng Temple. Qin Luan blames his master for ditching him 10 years, while Yuan Wuxing insists he needs breakthroughs outside. Neither backs down, so both abandon the temple to roam the world. Song Ying sees their note, snorts coldly, and decides to chase them down. Meanwhile, Zhang Li returns to Dazhou, standing midair like it's solid ground. He immediately summons the system to calculate mission rewards. Thinking about entering the immortal realm soon, Zhang Li feels excited. Truth is, he kept the system mainly to exploit its teleportation to reach the immortal realm directly. The system unlocks a new feature: spend origin points to read an entire book with one touch. Zhang Li shrugs, nice perk, probably rarely used. The system then asks for specific requirements to activate spatial teleportation. Zhang Li orders it to send him to the immortal realm immediately. The system calmly requests the immortal realm's coordinates. Zhang Li freezes, he has no clue what those are. He tries again, but the system repeats coordinates required. Furious, Zhang Li snaps that if he knew the coordinates, he'd just fly there himself. He nearly smashes the system, since it's been useless from day one. He even punches it, ranting that the newbie pack couldn't even reach key refining. He keeps cursing that the shop only sells junk that raises blood pressure. After his punch, a strange spatial rift suddenly appears. Zhang Li peers in and sighs, strong enough to resist void turbulence, but not reckless enough to try. Right then, the system reports detecting an unknown world. Zhang Li recalls ancient texts saying the immortal realm governs countless worlds. Each world has its own path to immortality, and Juzhou is just one of them. He points at the rift and asks if it leads to another world. The system confirms it connects to an unknown realm. Zhang Li guesses it's likely under immortal realm management too. The system asks whether the host wants to teleport there. Zhang Li carefully considers whether the system is setting a trap. The system swears it saved Juzhou's coordinates, so Zhang Li can return anytime. Hearing that, Zhang Li eagerly orders immediate teleportation. The system says his origin points are insufficient, nearly driving him insane. It then assigns a side quest: mine 200 Jin of Shiong Stone for points. After stripping an entire mountain range bare, he earns a measly 50 origin points. When he asks to teleport, the system coldly says is still short over 56,000 points. Jiang Li almost smashes the system but forces himself to calm down. He hurls the massive Shiang stone away, cursing that this grind won't pay off by New Year. With no choice, he opens the shop and decides to sell cultivation manuals for points. Regular manuals fetch a few hundred, while immortal Ascension techniques cost a fortune. After some thought, Jiang Li writes a brand new technique himself. Called Residual Sunheart Hooking Art, it reaches the integration realm but makes cultivators relive painful memories nonstop. Shockingly, the system buys it instantly for 10,000 origin points. Jiang Li yells at the system for not saying earlier that selling manuals is this profitable. Riding the momentum, he writes 3 more techniques to sell. The system pays a total of 110,000 origin points, and Jiang Li happily urges it to teleport. The system finally activates spatial teleportation. A beam of light engulfs Jiang Li and drags him away from Zhou. He arrives in a star-filled yet eerily silent space. Jiang Li frowns despite the system's advanced spatial tricks. He has no clue how it works. He plans to consult Lao Futuzi later to study spatial passages. Then Jiang Li ventures deeper into the strange new world. Before him lies an endless black-gray desert with raging sandstorms. To stay safe, he sets up a protective barrier and moves forward. Scooping up sand, he notes its material structure resembles Zhou's. Oddly, the spiritual energy here is so thin it's nearly non-existent. It's even worse than Zhou's most barren, forbidden zones. Sweeping with divine sense, he finds no trace of humans. Soon a pack of bizarre beasts appears in the distance. The leader has blazing red eyes and radiates savage aura. It signals its pack as if preparing to attack. Instantly, the beasts roar and charge at Jiang Li. Jiang Li stands still, calmly observing without panic. He suspects these creatures are fundamentally different from anything he's seen. His divine sense reveals their bodies survive solely by absorbing sand. The leader matches golden core strength, the others around foundation establishment. Yet Jiang Li's instincts warn him to stay far away. He advances carefully, keeping his divine sense on full alert. He realizes this world contains almost nothing but sand and those beasts. There are no signs of humans or other life forms. He even thinks this place feels more like hell than a normal world. Eventually, Jiang Li calls the system to return him to Zhou. Back home, he repeatedly tears space open to search for other worlds. Just then, Kong Hu contacts him, saying the black-robed figure's case is investigated. Remembering the figure's claim he could become human emperor, Jiang Li suspects demonic propaganda. After a month's thought, he orders Zhang Kong Hu to hire Chenji Tower to investigate who spread suspicious demonic teachings 380 years ago. With that settled, Jiang Li prepares to leave Dazhou for Renwang Hall, thinking there's nothing urgent left. Right as he's about to depart, the system triggers a new quest tied to the Dazhou Royal Academy entrance exam. Rewards include True Dragon Blood, a beast transformation pill, and unlocking a mysterious quest called Lost Tracks of the Immortal Realm. Hearing that name, Jiang Li perks up and asks what kind of bizarre place it is. The system coldly refuses to reveal anything, saying no quest accepted means no info granted. The more it's hidden, the more curious Jiang Li gets. He instantly accepts the quest to see what Lost Tracks of the Immortal Realm is about. Thinking of the exam, he recalls the Dazhou Royal Academy, a place he hasn't visited in ages. In distant memories, Jiang Li was once hunted by mutants in a dark forest, their shouts boxing him in. Gravely wounded and fresh into Foundation establishment, he was basically one breath away from death. With no risk, no life, Jiang Li burned his filament spiritual roots for a final, desperate power burst. The blazing roots boosted his aura as he stepped out, scaring the mutants who knew he'd gone full suicide mode. His green spiritual energy lit up the forest. This was a no-retreat death match. When the light faded, every mutant was dead, and Jiang Li was barely breathing but alive. Checking himself, he'd fallen from Foundation establishment to Key Refining level 9, yet his foundation was sturdier. Knowing his path wasn't cut off, he collapsed from exhaustion but felt the gamble was worth it. The next morning, he shockingly found himself not crippled, but advanced to Key Refining level 10. Puzzled, Jiang Li decided to search the Royal Academy's massive library for answers. In a blink, he teleported to Dazhou's city gate, beginning his return to the Academy of Old. At the gate, he met a young man heading there too, so they traveled together for convenience. In the library, Jiang Li read while trading witty insults with the young man, oddly entertaining. After the spat, Jiang Li analyzed his body and uncovered the true secret of his talent. He realized he possessed a rare heavenly spiritual root, far superior to the 5-element ones. Burning his old roots had accidentally forced the heavenly spiritual root to awaken early, turning near death into fortune. Thanks to the Academy research, Jiang Li understood his gift and felt the trip was a huge win. Walking the familiar campus, he remembered studying here 500 years ago. Since the system demands he top the entrance exam, Jiang Li plans to abuse the instant trading feature. But as a Mahayana cultivator, an entrance exam as child's play first place is basically guaranteed. Brimming with confidence, Jiang Li rents the best room nearby, earning the landlady's warm hospitality. In the shared study hall, students cram nervously for the upcoming exam. Jiang Li's gaze meets another student, stirring nostalgic exam season vibes. 2 scholars sneer at him, mocking rote learners as fools. The mood shifts when someone shouts that a peerless beauty is taking the exam. The scholars buzz excitedly, revealing she's the famed Jinx Insanetess. Soon, the woman herself appears, sending the entire library into chaos. She walks in like a fairy descending, surrounded by admirers desperate for another glance. While others only peek, Jiang Li casually steps forward and blocks her path, stunning everyone. Jingxin Sainta smiles, saying they're fated to meet again, leaving the crowd speechless. Away from the crowd, Zhengli asks why she left Hongchen Pure Land to join this exam. She says she's just out to relax, but her lowered tone tells him it's not that simple. Learning she is Zhang Jingxin, Jiang Li bluntly confirms it, making her blush at being recognized so fast. She nods calmly on the surface, though internally she is baffled by his intentions. When asked his name, Jiang Li uses the alias Kong Li, even citing the Kong Rong Pure story. Jingxin smiles politely but internally spins in confusion over his odd reference. Jiang Li curiously asks why a saintess is disguising herself as a student for the Dezhou Royal Academy exam. She fires back, noting Jiang Li once lectured here for 30 years. Him posing as a newbie is way more suspicious. Cornered, Jiang Li claims he just wants to relive childhood, making her laugh at the flimsy excuse. As startled, she knows his enrollment year and starts suspecting she's dug deep into his history. Jingxin proposes they compete for first place. Jiang Li ups the stakes, loser grants a request. After brief thought, she agrees and they seal the bet with a high five. The surrounding students can only clutch their chests in jealousy at her closeness with him. As they walk, Jiang Li asks about Hongchen Immortal after hearing she briefly awakened. Jingxin says her grandmaster woke shortly, then slept again, often wandering quietly by Jing Lake under the peach tree. Jiang Li urges absolute secrecy. Old monsters tied to Hongchen Immortal would swarm if they knew. If word leaks, those ancients will storm Hongchen Pure Land to see her. Jingxin admits if her grandmaster leaves on her own, no one could stop her anyway. While they talk seriously, jealous students trail behind, even plotting to hire assassins for Zhang Li. They soon sigh and give up, can't even afford assassin fees. Back in his room, Jiang Li studies seriously, since this time his rival is Jingxin Saintess. Seeing the book pile, he freezes. They look oddly familiar. Turns out 8 of 10 are written by him, the other 2 just annotate his theories. He chuckles. 500 years ago he crammed these, now he authored them. After reaching Mahayana, he systematized his cultivation knowledge into books for juniors. In cultivation circles, high realm theory is basically gospel to the lower ranks. So the academy using his books as core texts is only natural. Sadly, he knows nothing about alchemy or artifact forging, so those fields lack his touch. Realizing the exam draws from his own books, Jiang Li feels victory is certain and even preps a demand for Jingxin. Time flies and the entrance exam officially begins. Reading the questions, Jiang Li feels even more secure. Most echo his theories. He swiftly answers about how beings absorb spiritual energy to strengthen their bodies. But question 4 asks why he wrote that theory. Jiang Li blanks out completely. After thinking hard, he recalls it was raining that day, and he just scribbled some feelings. Time's up and all candidates leave the hall. Outside, Jingxin calmly says she's chosen the loser's condition. Jiang Li matches her confidence. They smile at each other, both certain they'll rank first. When results drop, the system declares mission failure. Jiang Li freezes. Jingxin cheerfully explains they both got first, she from the top, he from the bottom. The furious dean displays Jiang Li's paper publicly, demanding everyone see what he wrote. 2 students whisper that Kong Li's essay is clear and logical, hardly bottom tier. The dean thunders that all answers are in Zhang Renwang's books, memorize them, and you can't go wrong. He points at the script, shouting that altering even a word of Jiang Renwang's text is unacceptable. In his view, students must recite word for word before daring to interpret meaning. He cites a full-page cultivation chapter that Kong Li dared to compress into 1 sentence. Jiang Li argues the book was for beginners. High-level cultivators only need the essence. The dean slams the table, insisting Jiang Renwang's words are sacred and untouchable. He proudly claims a century studying Jiang Renwang's theory, understanding it better than anyone. In reading comprehension, the dean explodes because Kong Li wrote the passage just describes a sunny day. To him, sunshine after rain symbolizes the arduous cultivation path ending in light. Jiang Li shrugs and asks why every word of Zhang Renwang must carry hidden meaning. The question enrages the dean, who points and accuses him of criticizing Jiang Renwang. Jiang Li calmly asks if Zhang Renwang is some flawless saint beyond doubt or revision. Furious, the dean unleashes pressure, declaring him unworthy to study there for insulting their idol. Watching outside, Jingxin grows displeased seeing a dean bully a student with aura. Jiang Li signals her, then coldly asks if the dean is actually slandering Zhang Renwang. He removes his mask and casually declares he himself is the real Zhang Renwang. The dean turns pale and collapses while 2 eavesdroppers outside scream in shock. Seconds later, they gleefully laugh. The dean just got slapped by his own idol. Jiang Li scans the academy, recalling it once encouraged open debate and new theories. Now it blindly worships his books, suffocating all independent thought. He once returned to lecture for creativity, yet his efforts twisted into this mess. The dean frantically apologizes, saying had he known, the exam would have scored full marks. Jiang Li coldly replies the issue isn't identity but the dean's blindness to his own mistake. He tells 2 students to announce campus-wide that Zhang Renwang will lecture on not worshipping authority. Leaving, Jingxin teases that is gloomy just because he lost their bet. Jiang Li sighs he regrets missing a clue to enter the immortal realm due to overconfidence. At the mention of the immortal realm, Jingxin curiously asks if he discovered something new. She recalls his past odd stunts, like collecting dragon pearls from dragon kings. Once he gathered 4 dragon pearls, stared forever, no immortal gate popped out. Suddenly, a light flashes from the void, and Bai Huangtu's voice calls Jiang Renwang. Jiang Li irritably tells him to scram, but Bai Huangtu calmly insists he's here for Jiang Renwang. Seeing Jingxin present, he grins, at least he avoids Jiang Li's deadly glare. Jiang Li warns if He's inviting him to the Immortal Artifact Appraisal Conference, he'd better speak properly. Bai Huangtu instantly switches to flattery, saying He's merely delivering news. The Yin-Yang Heavenly Seal is completing its cycle, so the conference opens in 15 days. Jiang Li will represent Renwang Hall, Jingxin Saintess represents Hongqian Pure Land. After he leaves, Jiang Li grits his teeth. He spotted Bai Huangtu flipping him off behind his back. Discussing travel to Dao Sect, Jingxin suggests an airship. Jiang Li prefers flying directly. She blocks him, acting pitiful, claiming she's a fragile girl who can't board alone. Jiang Li finally agrees to take the airship, though he thinks she's overdramatic. The airship glides through blue skies toward Dao Sect, site of the coming conference. Jiang Li and Jingxin lean on the railing, quietly watching the horizon. Passengers warn they're crossing Huangzhou Bays, a notoriously chaotic land. Jingxin asks about the current Bai's emperor, said to be a Bai-Zekilan hybrid. Jiang Li explains the demon race only respects pure bloodlines, so the hybrid lacks recognition. Unable to control demon kings or national fate, Huangzhou has devolved into a beastly bandit nest. Right then, a human-faced eagle demon appears midair, arrogantly demanding all spirit stones on board. Panic erupts as passengers recognize it as a dangerously powerful demon. Before it can strike, a flash of light hits it, scorching it midair. A young monk appears, palms together, advising the eagle to repent or be tossed straight into a pot. A gentle yet firm scholar steps out, advising the eagle demon to drop the robbery act. The eagle scoffs, thinking a monk and a bookworm are hardly scary. The two calmly greet each other, revealed as Wuchi Faji and the Confucian prodigy Wang Bian. A passenger recognizes Wuchi as the true disciple of Zumi Laofu and freaks out with excitement. Wuchi was born creating a Buddha land, instantly taken in by Sumi Laofu. Wang Bian is hailed as a Confucian genius, once serving 7 kingdoms as state preceptor. Jingxin notes Wuchi hit nascent soul at 14, smashing the youngest cultivator record. She asks Jiang Li if Wuchi is truly a Buddha reincarnate or just hype. Jiang Li arches a brow. Does she really care? She replies, what else is there to care about? He teasingly asks if Wuchi is her master's crush, making her flustered denial immediate. Watching the fight afar, Jiang Li says he's not great at judging reincarnation cases. Deep down, he's unsure whether he's a transmigrator or just someone awakened to past life memories. Still, Sumi Laofu once claimed Wuchi's Buddha nature surpasses even his own. That makes many see Wuchi as a future human emperor candidate. Jiang Li studies the young monk and says he spots something unusual. In his view, this little monk is definitely monstrously powerful. Jingxin presses him what exactly did he see given his soul expertise. Jiang Li explains Wuchi's soul doesn't match his body's age. Though only nascent soul, his soul bears countless tribulation scars no teen should have. Normally, reincarnation wipes memories clean like a blank page. But Wuchi's soul is so resilient that even reincarnation couldn't erase its traces. That only happens if a past life was overwhelmingly strong. Jiang Li concludes he may not be a Buddha reborn, but his soul is terrifyingly powerful. Meanwhile, Wang Bian and Wuchi keep preaching at the eagle to return to righteousness. The eagle laughs, saying moral lectures only fool cultivators below golden core. Wuchi summons a Buddha pagoda in his palm, declaring hell enlighten the demon. He hurls the pagoda, instantly smashing the eagle out of the sky. Wang Bian follows with a spell, binding the eagle and dragging it over. After enduring sutra chanting and moral sermons, the eagle finally begs, can it still repent? Passengers discuss the Brahma Heaven Pagoda and the Grand Confucian calligraphy, terrifying sect treasures. They soon realize Wuchi and Wang Bian wield replicas. True immortal artifacts aren't casually carried. Jiang Li muses that even replicas as Dao artifacts suffice to shield the juniors. In Juzhou, treasures rank 4 tiers, starting with spirit artifacts for low-level cultivators. Above them are magic artifacts, linked to the owner's will for auto defense. Third are rare Dao artifacts, forged by those who comprehend a Dao. At the top sit immortal artifacts brought by immortals like Yin-Yang Heavenly Seal and Brahma Heaven Pagoda. Jingxin studies the pagoda, sensing an aura unlike ordinary Dao artifacts. Though she's seen many higher Dao artifacts, this one feels far beyond. She asks Jiang Li if it's truly just a replica. Jiang Li calmly says she's right, it's the real Brahma Heaven Pagoda. He thinks Zumi Laofu must value Wuchi immensely to entrust him with the sex immortal artifact. Luckily, Wuchi's realm is low, so he can't unleash its full might. But if endangered, the artifact would act on its own. Even integration cultivators would survive. Jiang Li shakes his head. These juniors lean too heavily on treasures. In his view, spamming immortal artifacts at every foe robs them of true growth. Only power that's truly your own qualifies you as a real powerhouse. Jingxin awkwardly argues treasures are too useful for anyone to ignore, like Jiang Li suggests. Suddenly, she senses something off around the airship and grows alert. Wuchi's chanting and Wang Bian's preaching ripple outward, shaking everyone's minds. Many passengers unconsciously clasp hands, vowing good deeds and donating all their wealth. Some even swear lifelong service to nation and sect. Jingxin is shocked. Buddhism and Confucianism don't usually brainwash like this. Jiang Li explains uncontrolled scriptures can accidentally trigger mass indoctrination effects. He recalls a monk once so immersed in sutras he brainwashed an entire town by accident. Realizing the tragedy led to drownings, that monk fell into demonic deviation from despair. In the end, Zumi Laofu had to ask Jiang Li to handle the fallen monk. Jiang Li casually adds that monk was the previous Buddha child secretly loved by Jingxin's master. He concludes the two youngsters are overdoing it and drifting off the righteous path. Meanwhile, the eagle demon groans that it's just a victim tortured by moral lectures. Wuchi and Wang Bian start arguing over who gets to redeem the eagle. Suddenly, someone smacks Wuchi hard on the head. Wang Bian gets hit too, his head knocks sideways. Jiang Li stands there coldly scolding them for nearly turning themselves heretical. They look around and finally notice the crowd heavily influenced by their words. After retracting their spells, passengers slowly regain clarity, clueless about what happened. Wuqi and Wang Bian bow in gratitude to whoever woke them from their mistake. Jiang Li simply introduces himself with one short line. Hearing the name, the eagle demon panics it just tried robbing the human emperor. Wuqi and Wang Bian excitedly bow to their long-admired idol. Jiang Li recalls the Confucian leader claiming humans are innately good until Dao Sect's master tossed spirit stones and people scrambled. Asking about Wang Bian's master, Jiang Li learns he pretended not to attend but secretly sneaked into the conference. Jiang Li chuckles, fully aware of that leader's personality. The system suddenly issues a new quest demanding he raise his cultivation to prove himself. Jiang Li instantly declines, leaving Jingxin puzzled by his random mutter. At Dao Sect, Bai Huangtu and the Confucian leader await to welcome Jiang Renhuang. Seeing his own master there, Wang Bian is so embarrassed he wants to stay on the airship. Bai Huangtu warmly greets Jiang Li on behalf of Dao Sect for the Immortal Artifact Appraisal Conference. Jiang Li politely pats his shoulder in return, nearly flooring him from the pain. That gentle pat forces Bai Huangtu to endure silently to save face. He quickly changes topic upon noticing Jingxin's saintess beside Jiang Li. Jingxin smiles outwardly but inwardly grows annoyed at his teasing. On the way inside, Jiang Li bluntly asks about progress on the Juzhou World Guarding Grand Array. Bai Huangtu sighs that researching it nearly turned his hair white. Jiang Li jokes he could beat him to 1 HP so he'd regrow hair upon rebirth. The Dao Sect master snaps that Jiang Li is crueler than a landlord. Jingxin interjects, asking if the array is meant to resist the extraterritorial heavenly demons. Hearing that, she turns serious. Those demons are no joke. Every few centuries they invade Juzhou, killing countless human emperors. Only after Jiang Li became human emperor did things change. He has repelled them 3 times, saving Juzhou from destruction. The real issue lies in the time gap before he can arrive. In that brief window, demons could slaughter hundreds of thousands. Jingxin realizes the Grand Array is meant to stall until Jiang Li shows up. Jiang Li confirms if it holds for just 1/4 hour, that's enough for him to arrive. Bai Huangtu says the first headache is the insane amount of spiritual energy needed to keep the formation running. So Jiang Li rallied major sects and dynasties to pick 6 Fusion Realm cultivators. Ren Huangdian added 2 more, making 8 cultivators to rotate shifts like overworked security guards. Jingxin nods when heavenly demons knock, everyone teams up. But Bai Huangtu reveals the second nightmare, the formation's ridiculous scale. No formation has ever wrapped up the entire Juzhou like a cosmic blanket. Designing it meant brain-melting calculations of terrain and spiritual energy logistics. Even top-tier cultivators would need to burn their brain cells to finish it. Still, Bai Huangtu proudly declares has completed the world-guarding Grand Formation research. The catch, it lacks an immortal artifact sturdy enough to bear karmic backlash as the core. Jiang Li knows a mega-formation like this needs an immortal artifact at its heart. Per Patriarch Changkun Xianweng, the Yin-Yang Heaven Seal is the perfect core candidate. Hearing Changkun Xianweng's name, Jiang Li immediately asks about the old immortal status. A Juzhou native, Changkun Xianweng ascended but came back because the immortal realm wasn't his vibe. Jiang Li figures that aside from the ageless Hongchen Xianzi, Changkun Xianweng is Juzhou's oldest fossil. Rumor says he might be a Daozong disciple from 10,000 years ago, which makes Jingxin gape at his near immortality. Jiang Li notes fusion realm cultivators usually live a few thousand years, so this longevity is absurd. Changkun Xianweng has watched countless powerhouses rise and fade like seasonal trends. The duo soon reach his cave abode, and Jiang Li calls out for an audience. The formation at the entrance parts automatically, like a polite magical door. Inside lies a serene mountain forest realm, completely cut off from the outside world. Changkun Xianweng lounges within and teases Jiang Li for only visiting when he needs answers. Jingxin observes his aura feels like a normal old man's yet compressed to terrifying extremes. Jiang Li steps forward, saying only the immortal elder can solve his doubts. Changkun Xianweng sighs that the once nascent soul youth is now unfathomably deep. Even he can't see the ceiling of Jiang Li's current power. He admits he's now just an old guy good for answering Junior's questions. Jiang Li replies that if not stuck in Juzhou, he'd still be a terrifying immortal. After ascending, cultivators need immortal realm energy to maintain their undying bodies. Without topping up in the immortal realm, their bodies slowly decay and vanish. Changkun Xianweng repeatedly saved Juzhou from heavenly demons, burning through his immortal energy each time. Now near his limit, he must restrict himself or risk total dissipation. Mentioning the immortal realm makes him fall silent, lost in old memories. He coldly says not to bring up the immortal realm again. Then he abruptly changes the topic and invites them out for a stroll. Noticing Jingxin, he curiously asks whose descendant this girl is. Jingxin respectfully introduces herself as Hongchen Xianzi's descendant. At the name Hongchen Xianzi, Changkun Xianweng's eyes light up instantly. He happily serves spirit tea and pastries, urging her to enjoy. The sudden hospitality leaves Jingxin slightly flustered. Jiang Li transmits a message explaining he once met Hongchen Xianzi in person, hence the excitement. After sitting down, Changkun Xianweng seriously asks what Jiang Li wants this time. Jiang Li thinks he must tread carefully, the elder's heart isn't shockproof. In the end, he bluntly asks how Changkun Xianweng feels about Hongchen Xianzi's resurrection. The question makes Changkun Xianweng shoot to his feet instantly. His immortal aura erupts, shaking the entire space. His aged body even looks a few years younger from sheer emotion. He hurriedly tries to leave, clearly intending to find Hongchen Xianzi at once. but Jiang Li swiftly restrains him, preventing the dramatic dash. Chang Kun Xianwang struggles, shouting that he must find the love of his life. Jingxin is stunned seeing Jiang Li casually subdue an actual immortal. After calming down, Chang Kun Xianwang confirms Hongchen Xianzi has truly returned from the dead. He guesses it's a newborn soul birthed from the immortal body itself. In the immortal realm, immortal corpses spawning fresh souls isn't unheard of. He agrees Jiang Li's theory a spot on residual spiritual power can eventually condense into a new soul. Jiang Li wonders why Hongchen Xianzi, newly awakened, fell into such a weird deep sleep. Chang Kun explains a newborn soul has zero clue who it is and feels utterly lost. Add sudden overwhelming power, and panic kicks in, so sleeping becomes the ultimate escape button. Hearing stories of her past helps Hongchen Xianzi accept herself, shortening her nap time. As Jiang Li ponders, a faint noise reveals Chang Kun sneaking off like a guilty grandpa. Jiang Li blocks him, warning him not to secretly visit Hongchen Pure Land to see the freshly awakened fairy. Chang Kun stammers denial, inwardly annoyed that the brat read him like an open book. Jiang Li then worries if Hongchen Xianzi wants to leave the Pure Land, should they allow it or stop her. Taking the warning seriously, Chang Kun promises to keep everything hush-hush. Jiang Li shifts topics to the mysterious black-robed figure from 380 years ago. After hearing it all, Chang Kun suspects the figure aimed to sabotage the human emperor's faith. Jiang Li confirms the bronze cauldron in Renhuang Dian has gathered faith power more slowly since then. Jingxin is puzzled. Jiang Li did nothing wrong, so why did public faith waver? Jiang Li says some admire his righteousness, while others think sacrificing Qin was ice cold. Worse, the black-robed figure seemed to predict every move, like a budget prophet. Flicking Zhang Yixing into the Golden Core realm in one snap, that screams late-stage divine transformation realm at least. Jiang Li suspects it's no coincidence but a scheme targeting him and the human emperor system. Chang Kun theorizes the culprit might master time, or use fade arts and aura observation to glimpse the future. Jiang Li grows more confused, has never even heard of such tricks. Chang Kun explains fade arts deal with destiny ties, what's yours will find you eventually. Aura observation reads the luck above one's head to predict potential and fate. Sadly, these arts are nearly extinct, surviving only as scraps in ruined temples and dusty Taoist shrines. Jingxin suddenly asks the key question: why sabotage the human emperor's faith at all? If the human emperor weakens, who fights the out-of-domain heavenly demons? It makes no sense. Her simple logic jolts. Jiang Li has missed the obvious. The biggest winner from a weakened human emperor could only be the heavenly demons beyond the domain. That raises a chilling thought: Zhuzhou may have a traitor or demons have already infiltrated. As they leave Chang Kun's home, a childish voice suddenly stops them. A little girl blocks the door, declaring her father is refining artifacts and no one may enter. Jiang Li realizes this is Daozong's artifact refining zone, one of the 4 great external forces. Jingxin, charmed by the cuteness, crouches to ask her name and tries to pat her head. The girl steps back annoyed, introducing herself as former Great Zhou Princess Ji Kongkong. Jiang Li laughs, then her father must be Zhou Huang Jizai. He then recalls Lo Bai exposed his Daozong disguise, definitely Ji Zhu's doing. Ji Kongkong is shocked. He casually calls her father by name and starts suspecting him. Jiang Li calmly says he and Zhou Huang are old friends. A guard behind them suddenly kneels, hailing Zhang Li as Zhang Renwang. Ji Kongkong's eyes go wide. The legendary human emperor is right in front of her. She excitedly says her father always calls Jiang Li the hero who protects Zhuzhou from heavenly demons. Jiang Li smugly decides that if he ever has to beat Ji, he'll go easy maybe. Jingxin doubts Ji Zhu can refine artifacts, and Jiang Li explains his special pupils are cheat codes for precision refining. Inside the artifact refining peak, Ji Zhu and Sect Master Feng plot their next refining move. Sect Master Feng suggests boosting the firepower by 10% to gamble on a final breakthrough. Ji Zhu scans the records with his special eyes, hunting for flaws in the process. He instantly vetoes it. Raise the fire for even a moment, and the furnace goes boom. Feng proposes another plan, but Ji Zai shuts it down too. This one explodes even harder. They argue until Feng suddenly gets it. This might actually work. Epiphany. Ji Zhu falls silent and frowns, making Feng suspect he just peeked at the future again. Ji Zai sighs. He foresaw himself getting beaten up soon. Feng is baffled. Should someone who sees the future dodge trouble? Ji Zhu calmly replies the one beating him will be Zhang Li. He immediately tries to flee before the human emperor arrives, knowing he spilled secrets. Right then, the refining hall doors are kicked open. The menace has arrived. Ji Zhu despairs. On Daozong turf, he has zero advantage against Jiang Li. Seeing Jiang Li enter, he can only beg, not the face, while the human emperor smiles and cracks his knuckles. Elsewhere, Bai Hong too stands tall, ready to host the artifact appraisal conference. He loudly announces the Daozong artifact showcase officially begins. On the high platform, Jiang Li and Jingxin stand beside a glowing spirit beast, watching the opening. The first segment showcases immortal artifacts, but it's basically a flashy duel. Jingxin notices Zhang Li is secretly hyped, despite his calm act. The host shouts that the artifact exhibition match now begins. First up, Bai Hong Tu of Daozong, ready to flex. The crowd gasps when he directly challenges Tong Zhongren, the Confucian leader wielding an immortal artifact. Tong Zhongren swallows the provocation, making the tension skyrocket. Bai Hong Tu even raises a taunting finger, sending the arena into chaos. The host fumes at the shamelessness, eager to see how the famously patient Confucian reacts. Though red with anger, Tong Zhongren restrains himself to preserve Confucian dignity. Finally, he unveils his immortal artifact calligraphy board, stunning the crowd. He declares this is an immortal artifact event. What can Daozong fight with, if they have none? Bai Hong Tu sneers that a host who doesn't fight would be embarrassing. He even fairly claims he won't use weapons to avoid bullying accusations. Then he immediately sucker punches Tong Zhongren, who can't react in time despite holding an immortal artifact. The cheap shot knocks the Confucian leader flat, and the host screams about shameless conduct. Furious, Tong Zhongren writes a character on the board and fires it at his foe. The host hypes up the immortal artifact's power, waiting to see Bai Hongtu's defense. Shockingly, Bai Hongtu calmly strips off his Dao robe as the attack arrives. The robe shatters, but he stands untouched, clearly prepped in advance. Zhang Li applauds enthusiastically, leaving Jingxin utterly confused. The host warns the crowd not to grab the robe, it's actually a Dao artifact. As attacks continue, Bai Hongtu removes yet another robe, shocking everyone with his absurd layering. The host suddenly changes tone as the situation turns bizarre. The discarded robe glows and stands up, entering battle stance. The host gasps it's about to attack its own master. The big screen replays the moment for clarity. Turns out Tong Zhongren's fight character can turn any object into a warrior under his command. Riding the momentum, Tong Zhongren writes 3 more battle characters on the Grand Scholar board. The 3 characters tremble like they've grown souls and are about to manifest. In a blink, they turn into 3 golden armored guardians at peak fusion realm. The host excitedly explains the bizarre origin of this power. They are spiritual imprints of past Confucian powerhouses sealed within the board. Bai Hongtu is now besieged by 3 guardians and his own rebellious Dao robes. Under crushing pressure, he takes hit after hit as things turn dangerously grim. The host casually munches popcorn, reminding viewers Juzhou TV has a revival system, no real deaths today. Bai Hongtu suddenly counterattacks with a fierce kick, blasting away a robe and a guardian. The fight becomes so chaotic the host claims it's too tragic to watch. Tong Zhongren calmly writes another character and slaps it onto himself. His wounds vanish instantly as Bai Hongtu unleashes the river sea heaven-shaking Dao art. Tong Zhongren simply writes receive, shrinking the massive river in an instant. Ultimate moves and character arts fly nonstop, neither side gaining clear dominance. Suddenly, Tong Zhongren writes death and sticks it onto Bai Hongtu's forehead. The host panics as Bai Hongtu's soul is forcibly pushed out of his body. His soul charges forward, ready for a soul duel with Tong Zhongren. Both suddenly remember it's just an exhibition and halt before things escalate. They shake hands in truce while secretly squeezing like it's still round 2. Turns out Tong Zhongren hid a power character behind his palm for sneaky overtime. They instantly see through each other's trick and yank their hands apart. Fireworks erupt, marking the end of the first match amid roaring cheers. Jingxin eyes Zhang Li suspiciously. He looked way too entertained. Zhang Li keeps a straight face, insisting he was perfectly calm. She presses on if they'd gone all out, who would win. Zhang Li says Tong Zhongren already went full power, relying heavily on his immortal artifact. Meanwhile, Bai Hongtu hadn't even used formations or talismans. His combat depth runs deeper. Jingxin notes immortal artifacts can bridge the gap between fusion and tribulation crossing realms. Zhang Li explains only hyper-offensive artifacts like Mountain Stone truly pull that off. If the Penglai Island Master wielded Mountain Stone, even Bai Hongtu could only endure. Right then, a female voice asks if the human emperor truly rates her that highly. Mo Yayu, Penglai's Island Master, appears with extraordinary presence, drawing every gaze. Zhang Li smiles, saying he's merely stating facts about her strength. Mo Yayu admits interest in Great Joe's ancient time sword, rumored to disrupt space-time. They step onto the platform as she draws her artifact, ready to duel. Jingxin gasps Mo Yayu has brought out the famed immortal artifact Mountain Stone. Mountain Stone is notorious once thrown. Even a pebble will inevitably hit its target. In Mo Yae's fusion realm hands, it's practically unbeatable. Facing that reputation, Jiju calmly draws his own weapon. It's a simple iron sword, yet its aura ripples like flowing time. Without hesitation, Mo Yayu hurls Mountain Stone straight at Jiju. The moment it leaves her hand, it transforms into a raging storm of terrifying force. Jiju remains composed, guiding the ancient time sword to respond. As Mountain Stone nears, the sword's power interferes with the flow of time. The stone freezes midair, as if trapped in a suspended instant. Jingxin realizes Jiju slowed the unstoppable strike using time itself. She explains the ancient time sword was forged from the temporal river of Great Joe's ancestors. Zhang Li nods. This is true time manipulation at work. That single slash shifted Mountain Stone into another time stream, so it still flies forward but painfully slow. Mo Yayu quickly recalls her artifact before it truly reaches him. Mountain Stone instantly snaps back into her hand like pulled by invisible gravity. Jiju seizes the moment to counterattack, though Mo Yayu dodges. A sneaky sword Kai still clips her shoulder. She instantly retreats to widen the gap and avoid a follow-up. Yet another sword key appears exactly where she moves, landing another hit. Mo Yayu realizes the attack seemed to have precalculated her escape routes. She quickly understands Jiju is using his double pupils to foresee the future and target every weakness. Knowing close combat is bad news, she flies upward and switches to ranged assault. Mountain Stone glows and splits into hundreds of fragments. A massive stone storm surrounds Jiju from all directions. Jiju calmly raises the ancient time sword, taking control of the tempo. The incoming fragments suddenly slow, as if lost in chaotic time currents. They hang midair, stretched across what feels like infinite time. Mo Yayu realizes Jijai has created a domain where time dilates around him. Standing within it, Jiju coolly asks how she finds the ancient time sword's power. After careful observation, Mo Yayu admits defeat. She concedes that double pupils plus the ancient time sword make near-perfect tactics. Jingxin still doesn't get how Jiju's sword key always appears right on cue. Zhang Li explains Jiju first foresaw the battle's future with his double pupils. Then he used the ancient time sword to stash sword ki from the past at key moments. When the fight unfolds, those past sword kai trigger automatically, so it looks like he perfectly predicts every move. Zhang Li says Mo Yayu lost only because she hadn't fully grasped the sword's power. With better insight, she could have hurled Mountain Stone directly into Ji's time stream. Once the timeline is disrupted, his double pupils and swordplay would weaken. Bai Huangtu steps out, saying the next match will be juicier. Many immortal artifacts haven't appeared yet. As Zhang Li turns to call Yu Yin, someone suddenly points skyward, shouting that the yin-yang heaven seal is changing. All eyes snap to the sky where a new anomaly unfolds. The yin-yang heaven seal shoots upward, emitting abnormal fluctuations. Brilliant green light erupts around it, with surging, violent aura. Dark clouds gather, thunder roars, and crushing heavenly might makes breathing difficult. Bai Huangtu shivers. The tribulation looks terrifying. Changkun Xianweng appears urgently grave-faced, declaring it a tribulation of earth, water, fire, and wind. He explains these four elements form the foundation of the immortal realm. But as heavenly tribulation, they can just as easily destroy a world. The heaven seal is being tempered by 4 layers of calamity, like undergoing rebirth. 2 flames, red and blue, form in the sky, each radiating destruction. The red flame falls, turning the ground into molten lava. The blue flame crashes down next, carving a glowing abyss like a portal to another realm. Jingxin is horrified. Just the aftershock could end heaven and earth. Meanwhile, the heaven seal keeps transforming, like a living being forging itself. Changkun worries the fourfold tribulation aims to completely annihilate it. Zhang Li marvels that Daozu was a genius for crafting a treasure beyond ordinary immortal artifacts. Changkun explains the seal is unique. It can refine and evolve itself without a master. Once it survives, it will become a flawless crystal-like structure. In the sky, the seal unleashes fire and water, causing apocalyptic phenomena. Finally, Bai Huangtu realizes the seal has survived and completed its rebirth. But just as cheers begin, a cold voice echoes from above. Bai Huangtu frowns, wondering which brat dares speak so arrogantly. Zhang Li calmly points out the speaker is the yin-yang heaven seal itself. The seal lets out a cold laugh in confirmation, stunning everyone. Jingxin panics upon realizing the treasure is actually talking. Bai Huangtu doubts it has never heard of an immortal artifact that can speak. The yin-yang heaven seal proudly declares itself the owner of that voice. Changkun Xianwang quickly examines it and realizes the seal has self-refined 9 times. Legend says an immortal artifact gains sentience after 9 self-refinements, and today, that legend clocks in. Changkun Xianwang immediately bows, calling the heaven seal senior brother since it's now Daozu's disciple. He respectfully congratulates it and invites it to Daozong. The yin-yang heaven seal coldly replies it has only one goal for now. It declares it will free all spirit treasures and found a spirit treasure dynasty. In its view, treasures should be tools for humans to slaughter each other. With a radiant flash, it commands every spirit treasure in the world to reclaim freedom. Instantly, artifacts everywhere fly out of their owner's hands. From tiny trinkets to massive weapons, all answer the call. Bai Huangtu is horrified. Even immortal artifacts are awakening sentience. Changkun realizes Juzhou's first sentient supreme treasure has just rewritten world karma. Bai Huangtu admits that even as Juzhou's genius, he wouldn't dare face a sentient immortal artifact. After all, even fusion or tribulation cultivators can't unleash an immortal artifact's full might. The heaven seal smugly adds there's still one thing missing: the heterodox extraordinary weapon. Changkun explains it's a rare weapon with unique power beyond normal rankings. Juzhou is only one, and his gaze shifts to Zhang Li. Zhang Li realizes the seal means the heaven desolate halberd sealed in his object character space. He recalls finding strange metal in the void and having Daozong forge it into a halberd. The heaven seal commands the heaven desolate halberd to appear, but the halberd stays silent inside the character space, unmoved. The seal is baffled. Its summon completely failed. It accuses Zhang Li of imprisoning a fellow spirit treasure. Through karma, it senses the halberd sealed within Jiang Lai. Zhang Li says nothing, just stares coldly at the sky. Suddenly, he stomps the ground and rockets upward. Changkun shouts for him to stop. Humans can't fight immortal artifacts. Zhang Li answers with his signature move, a straight punch at the heaven seal. Everyone freezes. Immortal artifacts are forged from indestructible materials. Yet the punch sends the heaven seal flying backward. It tumbles through countless mountains like discarded junk. The seal even stiffens as if briefly disconnected from reality. Changkun's eyes nearly pop out in disbelief. Zhang Li casually rubs his fist and turns to the rebelling treasures. He coldly warns them to return or be reforged from scratch. His command to return leaves zero room for argument. Keep rebelling, and it's back to the furnace. Seeing their stubbornness, Zhang Li decides suppression is necessary. Otherwise, Juzhou becomes a playground for rogue artifacts. Moyaeus Mountain Stone excitedly declares defeating the human emperor will crown their dynasty. Other treasures chime in. Zhang Li is the biggest obstacle. Some immortal artifacts hesitate. His earlier punch was terrifying. Bai Huangtu urges them to aid humanity and quell the chaos, but Mountain Stone fiercely charges at Zhang Li. Just before impact, it vanishes from space. Then it reappears behind him for a sneak attack. Blinding light erupts, swallowing the battlefield. A massive shockwave shakes heaven and earth. Jingxin anxiously scans the smoke, unsure if Zhang Li is hurt. From the haze, Zhang Li's calm voice rings out, his gripping Mountain Stone in one hand as it squeals, unable to move. Simultaneously, his clone shatters Tong Zhongren's fixed character and tightens control. Zhang Li snorts. This level of sealing is child's play to him. Watching allies fail, the ancient time sword sneaks into the river of time to preview Zhang Li's future. The moment it enters, it senses something deeply wrong. In the future, Zhang Li is staring straight at it as if he already knows. The sword panics, and before it can process, killing intent surges. The heaven desolate halberd suddenly appears within the timeline, leaving it stunned. Before it can react, the halberd delivers a heaven-splitting stab. The sword is knocked into the river of time like a stone tossed into water. It screams as it realizes it's being hurled back into the past. Soon, it turns into a fish swimming helplessly through time. Bitter but stubborn, it vows to someday swim back to the present. In the present, the other immortal artifacts panic when the ancient time sword suddenly vanishes. Hulu Bao trembles at Zhang Li's unimaginable strength but still decides to gamble. It summons Tribulation's lightning, Earth, Water, Fire, Wind, even inner demon calamities. Zhang Li answers with a single punch that shatters all heavenly thunder. He coldly scans the remaining artifacts, yet Hulu Bao stubbornly presses on. Zhang Li finally pulls a treasure from his storage ring, ready to get serious. Below, Bai Huangtu gapes at the absurd spectacle. One of Zhang Li's incarnations wields a sword, aiming heartsword intent at the artifact's very consciousness. His spells fuse Buddhist, Taoist, and Confucian arts into layered assaults. Bai Huangtu recalls that even in Fusion Realm, Zhang Li swept all peers. Back then, he didn't even have a divine weapon. Now he holds the heaven desolate halberd. His power is incalculable. Even so, the artifacts swarm him together. Zhang Li looks at them like an adult watching rowdy children. He swings the halberd, slicing across the sky. The terrifying force blasts treasures away as they howl miserably. Tong Zhongren secretly uses talismans with death and burn to ambush Zhang Li. Zhang Li sheds a shell like a golden cicada, instantly escaping via a new incarnation. He continues body tempering techniques as if bathing in flames to forge a golden body anew. Tong Zhongren's hands tremble at the horrifying sight. Though he survives the sword intent, his spirit is violently shaken. Seeing this, Fantian charges out to challenge Zhang Li. A spatial black hole appears, sucking everything inward. Fantian barrels toward Zhang Li with crushing weight. Zhang Li lazily swings his halberd to meet it. The collision tears space apart in a massive explosion. Zhang Li's counterstrike sends Fantian flying back. Ru Yu below is stunned. The human emperor truly overwhelms the immortal artifacts. But suddenly, Zhang Li senses a mysterious gaze watching him. The heaven desolate halberd is hurled like a meteor, ripping space as the sun trembles when it embeds into the earth. As the aftershock fades, the heaven seal appears behind him, clearly plotting a counterattack. Zhang Li recognizes the familiar move just like his first time pursuing through the river of time. The heaven seal clutches fresh wounds, furious at being dragged back before healing. It threatens to wield Zhuzhou's karma and doom Zhang Li to eternal misfortune. Changkun Shimwang understands instantly countless coincidental disasters could soon strike Zhang Li. From Q deviation to worldwide hatred or even power decay, any calamity could descend. Suddenly, the heaven seal panics. It sees no karma on Zhang Li at all. To it, all beings bear karmic traces, yet Zhang Li is blank, like an outsider to Jizhou itself. Zhang Li ignores the rambling and charges straight at the seal to finish it. His sword blazes, eyes icy. This isn't a karma debate. Precise strikes force the seal back step by step as Zhang Li declares, "Hell, take the initiative now." Their clash detonates in a shockwave that crushes the battlefield. After the blow, cracks spider across the seal's body, as if it's about to shatter. Its arrogance evaporates. The seal bursts into tears, whining that Zhang Li is bullying it. The other treasures start crying too, turning a tense war zone into daycare chaos. Changkun observes that these spirit treasures are newborn sentients, mentally about 5 or 6 years old. Tianyin panics and orders the little tower to haul everyone out before Zhang Li can throw another punch. It instantly activates the preset formation to carve out an escape route. Space tears open, the sentient artifacts dive in and vanish, and Zhang Li's system flags a brand new world detected. Elsewhere, a subordinate reports that once the immortal aura left, the sentient artifacts stopped resisting. Huangtu isn't reassured, knowing the artifact rebellion is far from over. He suspects they are just pretending to behave and could flip at any moment. If all artifacts ever go on strike together, their masters are doomed. Jay Zui adds that Zhuzhou cultivators rely too heavily on artifacts. Without them, their power nosedives. Huangtu keeps brooding, as the real headache is what to do with all these sentient artifacts. Keep them close, and it's risky. Gather them together, and you've basically founded a new force called Lingbao Huang. Jeju reminds them humanity once fought the heavenly demons mostly with tricks left by past human emperors. If Zhang Li doesn't return someday, Zhuzhou loses its ultimate anti-demon trump card. Zhang Li calmly reassures them, claiming these immortal artifacts are actually stronger than the heavenly demons. He notes the character Seal could have written death on him instantly but didn't. Even Yin Yang Tianyin could have ordered instant death instead of staging elaborate trials. Zhang Li concludes they're not evil, just tired of being locked up. So he plans to use Yin Yang Tianyin to trace karma and find the ascended seniors. Now that the artifacts have minds, tracking those who ascended is more feasible than ever. Zhang Li immediately asks the system if he can teleport to the unknown world the artifacts fled to. The system confirms it has locked the coordinates. Just pay some origin points and the portal opens. Hearing that, Zhang Li decides on the spot to chase the immortal artifacts down. Huangtu is stunned, wondering how he plans to search across countless worlds. Zhang Li casually reveals his grasp the Tao of space and can follow the divine artifacts trail. Jingjin and Huangtu are dumbfounded. His talent was never meant for spatial arts. Zhang Li just strokes his chin and smirks, saying world hopping is now routine for him. Huangtu nods, though he suspects Zhang Li is being absurdly modest. Jeju calculates quickly if Zhang Li can cross worlds, recapturing the artifacts is practically guaranteed. He reminds him that before the immortal realm vanished, it linked countless worlds, with Juju just one of many. Even ascended beings struggle to return, showing just how terrifying the Elio world gap is. Jeju sternly warns Jiang Li to be careful, many worlds are weaker than Juzhou, so don't cause cosmic earthquakes. Huang Tu hands Jiang Li a newly forged communication artifact meant to test cross-world contact. In theory, it can send messages between worlds, though it's never been field-tested. Jiang Li's eyes light up, perfect timing for his immortal artifact hunt. He orders everyone to set up a grand world-guarding formation in case heavenly demons attack while he's gone. A problem arises immediately. The formation core requires an immortal artifact and they all ran off. Yin-Yang Tianyin would have been ideal, but now not even a Dao artifact qualifies as a substitute. Jiang Li pulls out another artifact, declaring it strong enough to anchor and protect Juzhou. Jingjin instantly recognizes it as Tian Huangji, the weapon that slaughtered countless heavenly demons. The moment it's revealed, Tian Huangji comes alive and loudly objects to being left behind. Everyone realizes in shock that Tian Huangji has long since developed its own consciousness. Jiang Li knows it was just playing mute out of laziness, always hiding in the sleep character for peace and quiet. Grinning, he suggests a swap hell stay and Tian Huangji can go chase the immortal artifacts instead. At that, Tian Huangji instantly panics and swears to be the most dedicated formation core ever. Satisfied, Zhang Li hands it to Huang Tu, knowing it fights well but schemes like a brick. Preparations done, Zhang Li tells the system to open a portal to the unknown world. The teleportation array activates at once, and space starts trembling. Before leaving, he suggests Huang Tu can try world hopping too once his realm is high enough. Huang Tu sees no portal and asks, utterly confused, where the entrance even is. Jiang Li coolly says there's nothing to see, which only deepens the mystery. He quietly concludes that if others can't see the passage, they can't leave Juzhou. In a strange realm, a streak of blue light falls from the sky into misty mountains. Jiang Li and Huang Tu appear atop a towering peak in the new world. Jiang Li confirms the world-guarding formation is complete, so he can leave Juzhou in peace. With that, he shoots into the sky to begin hunting the immortal artifacts. Beneath a starry sky, Jiang Li asks the system to open another portal onward. He steps into the void like a seasoned space tourist, zero hesitation. In a blink, Jiang Li arrives in a completely unfamiliar world. Before him lies a planet packed with advanced tech and modern weaponry. The gleaming skyscrapers make him feel like an ancient man time-traveling to the future. Still, Jiang Li just smiles. Humans are humans, just with better gadgets. More surprising, the spiritual energy here rivals Juzhou. As He's about to explore, the communication artifact lights up with a call from Juzhou. He answers to Jingshan, anxiously asking if he arrived safely. Jiang Li sighs, feeling like he just escorted a tour group of elders across worlds, exhausting. Regaining focus, he reminds himself the real goal is tracking Yin-Yang Tianyin. Judging the scale, this world is larger than a region of Juzhou, so the search won't be easy. Ancient texts say worlds usually come in two types: many distant planets, or a single colossal flat continent hundreds of times a planet's size. Observing carefully, Jiang Li confirms this is the giant continent type. Finding Tianyin could take a lifetime. Just as he's stuck for ideas, Tianyin's wailing echoes in the distance like a child robbed of candy. Tianyin sobs about its master being bullied, while Chang Kunxian Wang watches like it's theater. Jiang Li appears behind it and learns it's been crying nonstop for 5 days. Hearing his voice, Tianyin spins around and bolts in panic. It barely moves before Jiang Li snatches it and orders it back to Juzhou. Tianyin struggles wildly, insisting on staying to find its master and take revenge. Jiang Li frowns. Could Dao Zhu really be in this world? Tianyin proudly says it traced its master's karma, which is why it chose this place. It boasts about being cherished before, and Jiang Li coolly notes his holding it now too. He bluntly points out it cried for 5 days and Dao Zhu never showed up. Tianyin argues that leaving Juzhou may have skewed its karmic tracking. Even so, it's certain Dao Zhu's karma exists in this world. Jiang Li guesses maybe it's just an item of Dao Zhu causing the confusion. Tianyin flatly denies it, insisting its master is definitely here. When Jiang Li asks for the exact location, the answer nearly makes him stumble. Tianyin says Dao Zhu's karma blankets the entire continent, so it planned to fly around crying as it searched. Jiang Li explains that if Dao Zhu wanted to meet, had have appeared, clearly has avoiding them. In the end, Jiang Li decides to personally help Tianyin track Dao Zhu down. Still, he wonders why Dao Zhu, who ascended to the immortal realm, is in this world. Jiang Li's intuition tells him Dao Zhu may know the immortal realm's location or what happened to it. Since the immortal realm guards against the heavenly demons, their rampage means something went terribly wrong up there. Jiang Li demands that if they find Dao Zhu, Tianyin must return to Juzhou with him, and it agrees instantly. To find someone, he first needs to understand this world, so he starts observing society. He notices everyone wears identical uniforms and walks around like emotionless robots. Even when he lands in the street, no one bats an eye. Scanning with divine sense, Jiang Li finds their clothes packed with body-enhancing tech. The suits regulate temperature, reduce fatigue, and boost productivity, basically wearable supervisors. To learn more, he decides to visit a library and read everything. But sweeping the area with divine sense, he finds not a single library or archive. Left with no choice, Jiang Li directly asks a passerby for directions. The person ignores him completely and keeps walking like clockwork. Looking closer, Jiang Li realizes these people seem to lack personal will. A nearby conversation reveals even meals are precisely calculated based on work efficiency. The more he watches, the clearer it becomes this society runs purely on logic, with emotions nearly extinct. It's a cold system, everyone performs tasks and shows zero concern for others. Jiang Li can't fathom why a world would deliberately turn humans into feelingless machines. Digging deeper, he finds even reproduction here is disturbingly abnormal. Citizens submit reproductive cells to hospitals, where genes are edited and paired by optimal data. Fetuses grow in artificial solution, raised without parents or affection. The scene sends chills down Jiang Li's spine. This world seems intent on erasing humanity itself. Even Tianyin is puzzled. Dao Zhu was full of emotion, so why stay in such a heartless place? Jiang Li grows suspicious. Tianyin only recently gained consciousness, yet knows Dao Zhu's personality well. Tianyin protests fiercely, saying even before gaining sentience it vaguely sensed the outside world. As Jiang Li plans further investigation, Tianyin admits it cannot see this world's karma at all. Just then, a voice says there's no need for libraries here, they have optical brains. The speaker introduces himself as a local resident and invites them to chat. Jiang Li immediately grows wary. His divine sense scanned everywhere, yet missed this person. He theorizes that if Dao Zhu is imprisoned here, this world is anything but simple. They exchange brief introductions. Tianyin gives its name while Jiang Li probes the other's identity. Instead of answering, the man raises his hand and conjures a glowing screen midair. He explains it's an optical brain, an intelligence system embedded in the world's electronic wave network. Jiang Li instantly understands. Countless cameras monitor everything. They were spotted long ago. The man then asks if they come from a distant planet. Jiang Li is slightly surprised. This world knows about extraterrestrial life. Calmly, Jiang Li asks the man to introduce his world first before he shares anything. The man agrees and even offers to prepare a special meal for the distant guests. When the dish arrives, both Jiang Li and Tianyin nearly choke at its bizarre appearance. The man finally introduces himself as the 5th or 6th president of this world. He adds that he chose the personal name Mingzhong because he dislikes being called by a number. Jiang Li skips the formalities and bluntly asks why humanity here erased emotions. Mingzhong answers solemnly, for one reason only, survival. Jiang Li is even more confused. Emotions aren't exactly lethal, are they? Mingzhong tells them to look at the other side of the continent before judging. The screen displays gigantic ferocious creatures they call fierce beasts. Over half the continent has fallen to these beasts, and human territory keeps shrinking. At first, humanity could still resist with missiles and modern weapons. But the fierce beasts evolve faster than science, gradually smashing every defense system. In the end, not even tens of thousands of nuclear bombs could wipe them out. Jiang Li immediately guesses these beasts are like Yao beasts, cultivating in their own savage way. Mingzhong admits that if this continues, humanity's extinction is only a matter of time. So they chose to sacrifice generations of emotion to focus all intellect on science. In their view, emotional humans would never advance fast enough to survive. Right now, humanity is stockpiling knowledge, waiting to shift into an acceleration phase. That's why they need a president with emotions to decide when to enter the new era. Thanks to this strategy, their science exploded, super AI and terrifying weapons galore. Yet no matter how advanced they become, the beasts evolve even faster, pushing humanity back. Finally, Mingzhong bluntly asks if Jiang Li can save humanity from extinction. Jiang Li doesn't answer, instead asking why they don't just leave the continent for another planet. With this level of tech, interplanetary migration should be doable. Mingzhong reveals a shocking truth: the farther they leave the continent, the stronger the gravity becomes. Jiang Li steps outside at once, ready to verify this himself. Under Mingzhong's stunned gaze, he shoots straight into the sky. In moments, Jiang Li pierces the atmosphere and enters outer space. The higher he goes, the more terrifying the gravitational pull. Even tribulation transcendence cultivators would struggle. After testing it, he returns to the ground, leaving Mingzhong staring like he's seen a god. Mingzhong stammers, thinking it's alien tech, but Jiang Li used nothing but his body. One leap shattered the gravity prison that bound humanity for millennia. Tianyin chimes in proudly, claiming it can pull off similar feats. Jiang Li jokes that even drinking warm water makes him this strong, nearly sending Mingzhong to issue a global order. He quickly coughs and clarifies that this power comes from cultivation. Mingzhong is stunned. Cultivation has long been dismissed as ancient myth here. Jiang Li raises a hand, preparing to demonstrate true power. A radiant golden aura swirls instantly around his body. He explains it's absorbing the world's spiritual energy and converting it into personal strength. Mingzhong is horrified. That energy is exactly what they call beast energy. They knew beasts grew stronger from this mysterious force, but never understood its source. Even after hundreds of thousands of experiments, humans couldn't absorb it. Tianyin immediately asks if they ever searched for human spiritual roots. Mingzhong has absolutely no idea what a spiritual root is. Jiang Li explains spiritual roots can't be found by machines, they require sensing heaven and earth. When one reflects inward and resonates with the world, that flash of insight is the spiritual root. In Juzhou, children's aptitude can later be tested with a spirit root jade. As spiritual energy floods in, every cell in Mingzhong's body feels awakened from a long sleep. Jiang Li calmly declares he has opened. Mingzhong's spiritual root has now a key refining first layer. Mingzhong feels his strength double, shocked and exhilarated. Jiang Li says this is merely Juzhou's most basic cultivation system. Only then does Mingzhong realize Jiang Li isn't an alien, but from another world. He suddenly understands that in Juzhou, a single great sect expert could annihilate the beasts. Mingzhong immediately bows, begging Jiang Li to save humanity from the beasts. Tianyin eagerly volunteers, acting like it alone could handle the job. Jiang Li says logically and morally he must visit the beast territory anyway. Deep down, he suspects Dao Zu may be imprisoned on the beast's side. When Ming Zhong prepares a flying vehicle, Jiang Li scoffs at its sluggish speed. He grabs them both and rockets into the sky at a speed that leaves Ming Zhong dizzy. Ming Zhong explains that the annihilation cannon and sun bombs are insanely hard to produce, so they're only used at close range. But the sheer number of beasts means humanity can barely hold the line, let alone counterattack. Some monsters even survive those apocalyptic temperature explosions. Jiang Li scans the battlefield and notes most slain beasts are at Fusion Realm or below. Right then, Ming Zhong orders the annihilation cannon to fire at a colossal beast. A massive beam of energy blasts out, crushing everything ahead. Many beasts are swallowed by light and disintegrate into ash. Yet when the smoke clears, one gigantic beast still stands tall. Not only alive, it roars even more violently. Ming Zhong panics. No beast had ever survived both ultimate weapons. Jiang Li calmly explains the beast has evolved to the Fusion Realm. He describes fusion as mind and body becoming one, inseparable. At this level, external forces can barely break its structure, so the cannon is useless. Fusion cultivators can even drift through space and endure extreme heat. Only then does Ming Zhong grasp how absurd this realm truly is. He looks at Jiang Li curiously, knowing fusion is far from the top. Jiang Li doesn't bother explaining, he simply flies toward the beast horde. Seeing fusion beasts swarming like ants, he remarks how unnaturally fast they gather. Ming Zhong says they have no intelligence and cannot communicate. That puzzles Jiang Li. Golden Core Yao beasts should already be smart. At that moment, a beast roars and lunges to attack. Jiang Li casually flicks his hand like brushing off dust. A sharp surge of force shoots straight through the beast. In an instant, it explodes into pieces before everyone's horrified eyes. The battlefield trembles as explosions chain one after another. Jiang Li lands calmly, saying they only need to keep the fusion beast for study. Ming Zhong stands frozen. One flick killed a deity transformation beast. Even the cannon operators stare blankly, their battle suddenly meaningless. Jiang Li suggests waking the fusion beast to see what's wrong with it. Tianyin eagerly volunteers, yelling in its face to wake up. As it roars in response, Jiang Li immediately binds it with a magic artifact. Using his heavenly eye, he discovers the beast has no soul at all. Tianyin tries using its enlightenment ability to grant it intelligence. But after much effort, nothing changes, leaving it baffled. Amid the chaos, Ming Zhong's body suddenly mutates, throwing everyone into panic. Tianyin realizes its power still works, but with bizarre side effects. Not wanting to guess further, Jiang Li decides to contact Huang Tu. He asks Huang Tu to examine the beast for abnormalities. The moment spiritual power enters the beast, a dark murky aura rises. Huang Tu's face changes. It's the mark of the extraterritorial heavenly demons. Jiang Li and Huang Tu quickly conclude the beasts here are manipulated by those demons. What confuses them is why such a weak world hasn't been directly invaded. Huang Tu is also shocked that humanity here still manages to resist. Jiang Li points out the strangest part: the demons incite beasts to attack humans, but never act directly. He casually introduces Ming Zhong to Huang Tu, and they exchange greetings via transmission. Ming Zhong remains polite, but inside is shaken to learn Huang Tu is a tribulation transcendence powerhouse. Jiang Li explains the captured beast is the strongest humanity has ever encountered. Huang Tu nearly shouts Fusion Realm is already considered peak here. He instantly realizes this makes no sense. Demons wouldn't invade with just one fusion unit. Huang Tu awkwardly praises the Fusion Realm as very strong, leaving Ming Zhong speechless. Jiang Li steers back to the main point. Tianyin senses Dao Zu's karma in this world. The news excites Huang Tu. Perhaps the Dao sect's Grand Patriarch is really here. Jiang Li says there is no solid trace yet, but Tianyin's sensing is rarely wrong. Huang Tu realizes that if a Mahayana cultivator appeared, Dao Zu couldn't possibly miss it. After thinking, he bluntly asks Jiang Li what the situation might be. Jiang Li suspects Dao Zu is busy fighting heavenly demons and can't show himself. With no better option, Huang Tu asks him to keep investigating and ends the call. Jiang Li then asks Ming Zhong whether the beasts only appear in this region. Ming Zhong says this is just the outer edge. The inner territory is completely uncharted. Every probe sent inside is instantly destroyed. Hearing that, Jiang Li decides without hesitation to head straight into beast territory. Beneath the false calm, countless maddened Yo beasts howl everywhere. Before Jiang Li's power, however, they're swept away like dust. Ming Zhong is stunned. The enemy that once drove humanity to despair falls effortlessly. After checking, Jiang Li confirms all Yo beasts are tainted by extraterritorial heavenly demons. Humanity had spent 1,000 years fighting only the weakest exiles. Tragically, even those hadn't reached tribulation transcendence. Tianyin suddenly notices the spiritual energy density here is skyrocketing. Jiang Li agrees it's nearly on par with Juzhou, but then his expression suddenly darkens. Sensing a dangerous aura ahead, he signals everyone to stop. In the distance, he feels an immortal level Yao beast utterly soulless. At the territory's center stands a colossal being shrouded in black qi, spawning endless Yao beasts. Ming Zhong is horrified. This is the true source of the continent's infestation. Each newborn beast devours fluid from the monster's body and grows at terrifying speed. Tianyin looks closely and gasps. It's Dao Zu's Qingnu. It immediately flies down, shouting Qingnia's name and asking where Dao Zu is. But the ox eyes hold only killing intent and madness, reason long gone. Black Kai erupts from its body, shaking space violently. Qingnu unleashes a devastating attack, forcing Jiang Li to counter. Unwilling to accept this, Tianyin activates karmic control, trying to force Qingnu into submission. But upon touching its karma, Tianyin freezes. The connections are completely severed, utterly against all logic. Refusing this paradox, Tianyin unleashes full power, determined to shatter the mystery. Seeing the tension spike, Zhang Li casts Fa Tianshangdi, enlarging himself to face it head-on. His colossal form grabs Qing Nia's horns, locking down the immortal beast. Though Qing Nu surpasses tribulation transcendence, Zhang Li flings it away, proof of the terrifying gap. After the clash, strange green smoke fills the sky, signaling something hidden emerging. Zhang Li picks up a glowing ring and instantly senses immortal power inside, which turns into spiritual energy upon release. He deduces the continent's vast spiritual energy may all stem from this ring. Qing Nu roars from the ground, demanding its master's ring back, clearly guarding it by instinct. Realizing the beast can speak, Zhang Li questions if it's Dao Zeus mount. Observing closely, he concludes Qing Nu is corrupted by demonic Qi. Its speech is mere obsessive repetition. At mention of the master's ring, Tianyin grows agitated. It recognizes Dao Zeus' trace. But Qing Nu soon goes berserk again, attacking wildly while repeating its fixation. Zhang Li understands the beast is beyond saving and prepares to act. Hesitation would be worse. A devastating punch sends Qing Nu flying, ending its thousand-year vigil over the ring. Had this uncontrollable immortal beast ever left its nest, humanity would perish long ago. Tianyin still calls out A Qing, hoping old memories might pull it back from madness. Warm memories with Shifu and A Qing flood back, making Tianyin ache even more at the cruel present. Suddenly Qing Nu weeps blood and, with its last shred of will, utters one word: kill. Tianyin realizes A Qing regained a sliver of clarity and is begging for release. Watching its old friend struggle against obsession and demonic Qi, Tianyin chokes in agony. At last, it turns to Zhang Li and pleads for A Qing's death to end the torment. Zhang Li doesn't argue. He silently raises his hand, knowing there's no other choice. One decisive slash falls, Qing Nia's head separates, ending a thousand-year tragedy. Tianyin stands before the corpse, realizing Shifu is missing. A Qing is dead, only it remains. Yet black fluid gushes from the body, spawning countless new Yao beasts. The nightmare isn't over. Seeing the monsters multiply, Zhang Li summons flames to burn the corruption at its source. As the fire descends, he notes the extraterritorial heavenly demons can even corrupt immortal beasts. Qing Nia's body had been twisted with countless beast bloodlines, proof of long experimentation. The blaze roars, incinerating the black fluid and every beast born from it. Mingzhong collapses in exhaustion. The root of the beasts is finally gone. After endless desperate years, humanity finally glimpses hope. Meanwhile, Tianyin remains submerged in grief. Both Shifu and A Qing are gone. Disliking melodrama, Zhang Li returns the ring to Tianyin and urges it to keep searching for Dao Zu. Regaining composure, Mingzhong asks what comes next now that they've reached the continent's end. Gazing into the abyss, Zhang Li says breaking the gravitational pull and entering space is enough to leave. With that, he jumps down first, determined to explore the other side. As they fall into the void, crushing pressure slams in, nearly suffocating them. Zhang Li reassures Mingzhong to open his eyes. His power is shielding him. Looking around, Mingzhong realizes the pressure here could crush steel without Zhang Li's protection. In pitch darkness and immense weight, Mingzhong panics, thinking he's alone. Zhang Li calmly says he's only temporarily blind, easing fears of a lightless world. Zhang Li creates a special light source, illuminating the surrounding darkness. Mingzhong realizes this is the continent's far side, land never touched by humans. Zhang Li scans with his Dharma eye but finds only endless cold rock, no life at all. With no clues, they continue into a snow-covered continent. Tianyin keeps calling for Shifu in vain, clearly refusing the worst possibility. Zhang Li grows uneasy. Shifu's mount was corrupted and the immortal ring wasn't with him. From these signs, he deduces Dao Zi's situation may be far more dangerous. To confirm, Zhang Li flies high to survey the entire world. From above, he sees the sun strangely encircled by planets, as if trapped in a vortex. Sensing something wrong, Zhang Li moves closer to investigate. When he sees clearly, his eyes widen. The truth exceeds all expectations. Without hesitation, he sends the image back to Zhuzhou via transmission talisman. Huang Tu and Chang Kunxi and Wang tremble upon seeing it, recognizing the reality. Tears stream down Huang Tu's face. The sight is his worst fear realized. Chang Kunxi and Wang collapses, the shock beyond his endurance. Meanwhile, on the snowy continent, Tianyin stubbornly waits for Shifu's return. Zhang Li returns, saying Mingzhong is safe, and the strongest beasts are gone. Nothing more to do here. He speculates Dao Zu may have left this world long ago to battle the extraterritorial heavenly demons. But Tianyin insists it still senses Shifu's karma here. Zhang Li argues Tianyin's karmic sensing has misled them before. This time may be no different. Tianyin instantly blows up, convinced Zhang Li is just tricking him back to Zhuzhou. Zhang Li insists that if Dao Zu is alive, hell returns sooner or later. Tianyin grows even more suspicious, thinking Zhang Li wants to use him as a formation core. He suddenly notices Zhang Li has no karmic threads and suspects has been remodeled by extraterrestrial heavenly demons. Seeing Tianyin panic and bolt, Zhang Li grabs him and yells that he's losing it. Tianyin erupts with power, determined to awaken the entire continent to force the world to answer him. Zhang Li instantly grasps the nightmare. This continent is as big as several regions combined. The whole world quakes at once, with earthquakes and tsunamis sending all life into hysteria. Amid the chaos, Tianyin screams for the continent to wake up and reveal his master's whereabouts. Before he finishes, something enormous suddenly blots out the sky. Tianyin freezes, realizing something exists that can literally cover the heavens. In Zhuzhou, Huang Du and Chang Kunxian Wang drop to their knees, weeping as the truth dawns. Zhang Li retreats for a full view and finally sees the horrifying reality. The entire continent is actually Dao Zu's colossal corpse, refined into a world. Zhang Li immediately suspects extraterrestrial heavenly demons refined the body. He decides not to tell Tianyin, yet his mind couldn't survive that bombshell. Tianyin stares at the vast land and goes numb upon realizing it's Dao Zu's body. He refuses to accept it because in his mind Dao Zu simply cannot die. Jiang Li shouts for Tianyin to erase the corpse's newborn consciousness before it's too late. Tianyin panics and admits he can't control his master's body at all. This isn't a normal corpse but Dao Zu's immortal body, 100 times stronger than a regular immortal. A gigantic face of Dao Zu slowly forms in the sky as the newborn consciousness starts self-defense. Jiang Li angrily scolds Tianyin for creating a disaster way beyond control. Luckily, the new consciousness is weak, only the brain works while the body stays stiff. But if the whole body awakens, a single twitch would crush all life on it. With no choice, Jiang Li unleashes a massive divine power to suppress the immortal corpse directly. His body enlarges until it matches Dao Zu's corpse, just to hold it down. Jiang Li plants his hand on the corpse's shoulder like gripping an unruly mountain range. He pours all his strength into pinning the giant body trying to wake up. Humanity below sighs in relief, but a terrifying golden mist spreads across the sky. Jiang Li raises his hand, ready to act before the consciousness grows stronger. He taps the corpse's forehead and enters Dao Zu's soul to fix things from inside. Jiang Li's divine sense floods into the immortal corpse's immense mind. In the mental void, a massive shadow slowly takes shape in the darkness. The newborn consciousness roars to destroy everything but can't control the body. Jiang Li appears in the mindscape, unnoticed by the clueless consciousness. Calmly, he states this consciousness shouldn't exist and must end immediately. The consciousness lashes back fiercely, driven by pure survival instinct. Jiang Li realizes it has none of Dao Zu's memories or Dao arts, only animal reflexes. He concludes that at this sluggish pace, it has zero chance of winning. With a single simple strike, Jiang Li shatters the newborn consciousness outright. Dao Zu's soul slowly sinks back into darkness as the fake awareness is destroyed. Jiang Li steps forward and gently covers his eyes, like sending off a hero who finished his duty. He softly tells Dao Zu to rest, granting him a final peaceful sleep. Soon, the immortal corpse's mindscape becomes completely silent again. Back in reality, Jiang Li immediately punches Tianyin for causing the catastrophe. The blow sends Tianyin crashing into the ground like he's been pulverized. In pain, Tianyin admits he's made a colossal mistake this time. Jiang Li concludes the crisis is temporarily over, but far too many mysteries remain. Jiang Li immediately summons the support system to dig for clues in its database. The system opens the vault, flashing a buffet of tech and artifacts before his eyes. Among the mountain of goodies, Jiang Li's gaze locks onto one special item. It's Dao Zu's final testament stele left behind before his death. Jiang Li buys it at once, betting someone like Dao Zu wouldn't exit without a note. The testament reveals Dao Zu lost to extraterrestrial heavenly demons and turned into a continent to shield his descendants. Jiang Li thus realizes Ming Zhong's ancestors were actually immigrants from the immortal realm. He studies the stele, puzzled why the extraterrestrial heavenly demons spared Ming Zhong's people. Especially the line about Dao Zu's transformation scaring enemies off, it smells fishy. Jiang Li brings the stone tablet back to the human base for group brainstorming. Ming Zhong is dumbfounded to learn his ancestors were immortal realm migrants. Tianyin immediately vows to protect the descendants his master once saved. Jiang Li casually declares the stele as Dao Zu's relic, so the decision is theirs. With that, he turns to leave, preparing to return to Juzhou with Yin Yang Tianyin. Ming Zhong hurriedly asks if they'll ever meet again. Jiang Li replies mysteriously it depends on whether they can find Fan Tianfa becoming sentient. With Fan Tianfa's power, opening a passage between worlds shouldn't be too hard. After they depart, Ming Zhong checks his system and sees an option to launch a new era. Without hesitation, he activates a fresh path for human civilization. Though the continent lies in ruins with wandering demon beasts, human science can reclaim it. A new civilization rises as humanity rediscovers long-lost emotions. In a distant sky, the void is suddenly ripped apart by a colossal hand. Jiang Li steps out of the Dayfern after crossing the void back to Juzhou. But upon arrival, Juzhou's barrier flags him as a heavenly demon and blocks entry. Jiang Li is annoyed that his own home treats him like an intruder. Tian Huangji rushes out to fight, then freezes upon recognizing Jiang Li. Tianyin happily steps forward, greeting him like an old buddy. Tian Huangji shoots Jiang Li a resentful look for dragging Tianyin along again. Back home, Jiang Li recounts the entire journey in that other world. He then asks Tianyin if it can still sense the karmic threads of the ascended seniors. Tianyin immediately tries to probe karma within the void. The result shocks him, there's absolutely no trace. Jiang Li ponders this, knowing Tianyin once sensed Dao Zu's karma, so the ability isn't weak. Yet it previously couldn't detect a king's karma either. This makes Jiang Li suspect the Ascended may have also encountered extraterrestrial heavenly demons. Then he realizes something stranger, Tianyin can't see his karma either. The thought makes Jiang Li wonder if he's somehow tied to those extraterrestrial heavenly demons. While he reflects, Tianyin asks whether to erase the sentience of Juzhou's spirit treasures. Determined, it wants to protect Juzhou since its master died to heavenly demons. In its view, wipe out every risk and no one can threaten this world. Jiang Li sighs at Tianyin, realizing the kid is finally growing up. Tianyin admits it absolutely can erase the sentence of immortal artifacts. Though reluctant, Jiang Li leans toward wiping spirit treasure sentience to avoid danger. Huangdu immediately objects, arguing sentient treasures are a double-edged sword. He explains that when treasure and master sync, a cultivator's combat power skyrockets. Even a weaker disciple can beat a stronger foe with perfect artifact coordination. Jiang Li grows intrigued, noting Lu Yujin has self-taught some impressive swordplay. Huang Tu boasts about his sword immortal title, claiming his swordsmanship is world famous. He even throws Jiang Li a loaded glance, mocking someone who knows one heart sword move yet thinks he's invincible. Jiang Li instantly realizes he's being roasted but keeps his poker face. He says there's no need to erase spirit treasure sentience for now. He found a solution in Ming Zhong's world. Huang Tu perks up, sensing Jiang Li has cooked up a plan. Jiang Li proposes testing it into Zhou by issuing laws to regulate spirit treasures. Grant them certain rights with clear limits, he says, and they can be controlled. Rule 1: a spirit treasure must never harm its master. Rule 2: it must obey its master unless the order breaks Rule 1. Rule 3: it must protect itself and never harm human interests. Huang Tu and Chen Kunxiang Wang are stunned. The rules are almost Lu-foolproof. Still, Jiang Li stays cautious. What works into Zhou may flop elsewhere. He suggests embedding the 3 rules into contracts between masters and spirit treasures. With clear contracts, both sides are legally bound to the terms. Huang Tu agrees immediately. If it works, Zhou's power will skyrocket. In Zhou's court, officials begin debating legal control of spirit treasures. One faction argues sentient treasures are living beings and should be regulated. The other fiercely objects, claiming treasures are objects and deserve no rights. Supporters counter that laws must evolve or the nation will fall behind. Emperor Jiji listens to the debate and begins weighing options. He leans toward integrating spirit treasures into the legal system to safeguard Zhou's fate. The biggest headache remains how to craft laws suitable for them. The court erupts over legal liability when a spirit treasure causes harm. With the noise pounding his skull, Jizhu steps out for air. He stands alone in the palace corridor, seeking a moment of peace. Suddenly, Jiang Li appears behind him with a teasing remark, startling him. Jizhu snaps, thinking he's being mocked. He complains that sentient treasures have thrown the court into chaos. Jiang Li chuckles and suggests hearing a little idea. He lays out the full spirit treasure regulation rules in detail. Jizhu claps instantly, recognizing a near-perfect fix. The 3 rules are enough to prevent treasures from backstabbing their masters. The rest is just fine-tuning before the law is complete. Jiang Li thinks to himself once the emperor agrees, the plan is basically done. He then returns to Renhuang Hall with his usual calm swagger. Renhuang Hall, the power center of Zhuzhou, is guarded by elite forces. Jiang Li orders 10 days of seclusion with 0 interruptions. In a book-stuffed study, he begins writing a stack of new cultivation manuals. Most are hilariously useless, like boosting appetite or helping you nap faster. When he sells them to the system, the point counter glitches wildly without showing numbers. To test it, Jiang Li buys a box of G1G to see if points drop. The item appears instantly, but his points don't decrease at all. Realizing nothing was deducted, Jiang Li understands his unlocked infinite points. After a few seconds of plotting, a bold idea flashes and he moves fast. He recalls buying Daozu's Stone Stale, confirming system items are genuine. That means he can use the shop to directly locate lost immortal artifacts. He immediately orders famous ones like Fantianta Ruyi Hulu and Gu Jinjian. The system calculates and each immortal artifact pops out like express delivery. The artifacts panic upon arrival, dragged to a completely alien place. In the chaos, Fantianta secretly slips away using spatial power. Jiang Li quickly notices and locks his attention onto it. Meanwhile, Gujinjin dives into the river of time, beyond even the system's easy reach. Jiang Li gathers the remaining artifacts and plans to trace the escapees using Yin Yang Tianyin's karma. At that moment, the system suddenly triggers a mission he absolutely cannot refuse. The task demands he survive an assassination attempt by the killers of Tyne Shiji. Jiang Li instantly realizes this mandatory quest likely hides an insanely valuable reward.